In that case, Scout, why don't you give us a summary of what happened last time?
Okay then. A long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, we went to a black market auction and came out with the thing that we were after. However, we discovered that the people interested in it were members of the Imperial
Hello, hello.
Agency and or a Sith Lord. Upon our escape from the location where we made these purchases, hello, mass jumping internet person. Uh, upon our escape, okay, we'll miss you. Upon our escape from this location, we traveled a whole bunch and then hid out in a space Denny's. The space Denny's was great. We had coffee and went to the toilet. It was good times, and no
You
one
also had
evil
blue
caught us.
pancakes.
We did have blue pancakes because they were made with blue milk. After that, we went into a cargo service elevator because that was basically the easiest way to get to where we wanted to be. However, in the end, the bad guys were waiting for us. After which, Savin rolled shit hot fire while the rest of us tried desperately to escape, and Stray's dice basically cucked him most mightily. He, the best character at dodging amongst our entire party, fluffed his rolls doubly hard, twicefold, and was punished for them by being mortally wounded. Whilst trying to start up a dialogue, the random medics on part, because Saban's dice decided then was a good time to fail him, failed to save her, and Stray died. The rest of us ran onto the ship, and now we're trying to escape the fuck out of this place.
I failed my not die rolls a lot, and then he failed his not let me die rolls a lot, and then I died.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And
about
now
the
we're
size of
trying
it.
to escape.
Yeah, so let's pick up right there. You guys spent a few moments blasting the shit out of the fuel reserves on Utopia 7, this huge floating Tilium refinery in the sky, and
Mm-hmm.
then booked it away as fast as you could.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, the Sith are nothing if not vindictive, and immediately sent forth their fighters to intercept you, and most likely kill you for all the damage you've done.
Nah, fuck these guys, it's gonna be fine.
So, we pick up on the bridge of the Dame as the ship shudders and shakes as blaster shots explode all around you in the foreground um, through the forward view window. You're getting up towards the atmosphere, but you haven't quite broken free yet. You're just about to. And everyone is running to their stations. H1 has jumped into the cockpit after being reactivated. And Stark and who else are going to the guns?
I'll be climbing into a gun. I'm actually not the worst at shooting in general, and what is a starship gun but just a particularly big gun?
It's true.
Just to be sure of it, is it dex or mechanical for shooting a starship gun?
Mechanical at Starship Gunnery. Scout.
Fuck! I'm worthless at mechanical. Does anyone have better than 2D plus one?
You know who did have 2D?
Yeah, no, okay, I'm
No,
aware of that part.
Shire didn't, did she?
What?
Uh,
Any Starship actual operation skills?
but having a mechanical skill is good. Hey, tell you what, I've got skill points. How much
I
is it to raise my mechanical skill?
I didn't have
Uh,
any in
oh
like
yeah. So
presenting.
of everyone on the crew, actually Lilesh is the best suited to handle gun number two,
All
with
right.
a mighty +1. So you can't spend skill points unless you're on a journey, which you're about to be, but
So you're saying right now I can't buy into Starship Gunnery?
correct, you cannot buy into things like mid-scene.
That's unfortunate. That would have been like, you know what? I was saving those for force powers, but I would have also happily spent them on blow up Imperial fighters powers.
All right. So, if you will all scroll down to the bottom of the combat page, we'll see the chase track.
Oh boy.
The way
You
this
guys want to
works.
you guys want to maybe try switching the server over, see if that helps
Yeah,
us
yeah.
see
Give me a
oh,
moment.
Oh,
Just on DCL. Moment DCL. Gonna fix shit. Server settings. Audio.
Never mind.
There we
Fucking-
go. It's cool. I fixed the server settings. Hi, DCL.
You know, it was partially my fault. I think I was on my Wi-Fi for a moment.
Oh,
I
weird.
just jacked the Ethernet. So now all the
Strange.
weirdness should be taken care of.
It's fine. I changed our audio server. We're on USC.
Man, we've had to do that a lot lately. It's weird.
Discord is getting more and more popular because Skype becomes shitter and shitter.
It must take more of the burden.
It's true.
Mhm.
All right. So as I was saying, if we'll all scroll down to the bottom of the combat screen, you will see the chase track. The way Starship combat works is that everything is relative to something else. In this case, the Dame will always occupy square one here. And these Sith fighters back here will occupy either
Imperial.
short... We've been over this. It's called Sith.
Nope.
It's not, but who cares?
These Imperial fighters
Thank you.
are in medium, and then there's long range. If you manage to push these fighters so that they are beyond long range, you get away. If they get up into your square, into point blank range, they get many, many bonuses to blow you up. And it's going to be a real bad time. So, let's bring up the old turn order. Which really isn't going to matter all that much, because let's see what these guys' perceptions are. Because Cal, or whoever's going to be piloting, which I assume is H1.
Yeah, I was about to say. I don't
Why
know.
Why would anyone else be piloting the ship?
Yeah,
I don't know how
H1
to
is our best
fucking
pilot.
Don't put me in.
Unless I can pilot on raw charisma, in which case I sit at the control desk and start smashing buttons with my fist and being like, "Go!" and it works.
That's
That's not happening.
I haven't learned how to pilot with the Force yet. Can't do it. Ain't
Alright,
happening.
so H1's initiative is 1, and the Sith Interceptor's initiative is 2. So they're going to get to plot their actions second. So, what do you guys want to do? Much like in Adventures in Tainted Space, all of you get to decide what you want to do since you're on the same ship/crew.
It's panic.
Alright, I'm at a
Valid
gun. I want to shoot an evil spaceship.
Alright.
Yeah.
Do you want to take one shot or many shots?
I'm fucking worthless. I'm gonna go with. Is there any way I can pad segment 1 out with something that doesn't shoot and not steal from my dice pool? I understand that I
question.
can't choose move.
I don't think so in Starship Combat. I don't think there's a whole lot of padding you can do.
Is there an action that one can use to aim and add the dice to the next rolling?
Yes, you can spend all of this turn aiming, and then you'll get a plus 1d to all of your shots next turn.
Let's go with that.
Okay, so
I'm not a good shot. I'm gonna aim.
It's probably a good choice.
Someone else should still totally fire at them, otherwise they will lose no dice on dodging that they could use for chasing after us.
I'm sorry. What is a fucking pilot gun aim use again?
Mechanical.
Oh, damn.
There are only 2 guns. We've got both of them operated.
Yep.
And
I mean,
it's
you
being
have a door
operated
gun,
by-
but you would need to vent Cal into space, so...
Yeah, and like DC, I'm not gonna lie, I'm better than you at mechanical, but it's not by as much as I wish. It's 2D plus 1.
I was about to say. I hope
Yours-
it's by a lot, because otherwise that's not saying
You're
much.
like 2D, aren't you? I'm literally plus 1 better.
You're a plus 1.
We're so shit at technology, you guys.
You're the
Being
shittest.
literally twice as good as you at using the gun, I'll take 2 shots.
Okay. Would you like to shoot at the same fighter or at different fighters?
Thoughts, guys?
Fuck, I don't know. I would assume the same fighter because it dodging twice will steal dice from it.
Yeah, it's just could steal 2 dice but
It could,
steal
yeah,
one dice from
likewise,
two different
likewise.
ones.
Yeah, it could steal one dice from two different who just want to chase instead of shoot. Is there a way to tell what kind of actions these guys want to take, or is that just the difference in our initiatives?
That's the difference in initiative.
Alright, we have no idea what they want. Let's go with just shoot one guy twice, since they probably
Yeah.
are then going to say, we want to chase. If you chose the other option, they would say, we want to fight. No, let's face it, we're behind. Just pick whichever you like the most.
Yeah, I'll double tap one.
Okay, so both shots on the same deuter. Sounds good. H1, I assume you want to be moving away from these fellows.
Yes.
Okay. So, unlike in ground combat, moving away from another ship is an action, as you'll be using your piloting skill, plus the ship's maneuverability to try and... plus the ship's speed factor, which in the case of the Dame is 3. So you'll add 3d to your piloting whenever you try and get away from these guys, and they'll roll their piloting plus their speed dice to try and catch up. So,
What was that?
what the fuck?
What the hell?
DCL's fucked up again.
Oh,
Wow,
dear.
DCL.
Wait, how? What? I have myself muted.
Wait. Did you?
We
Something
could hear
was coming
something
through.
from you.
What?
Yeah, like that.
Amazing!
That's amazing.
What
That
was
sounds
that?
like a droid beeping, like one of
It
those Sith
does.
interrogation
It was
droids.
like, okay, so DCL, it sounded like. No, we can't hear words. What we hear is voot, 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 voot,
the
voot.
fuck?
But with different, emphasis on different voots.
That was me muted.
Well,
So
your mutes
weird.
work kind of
Turns
fucked
out
up.
the manual mute on your microphone does not mute you.
Did you hear it then?
No, not
Okay, that was weird. Really weird. This thing is this fucking headset is weird. I'm done with life. and Headsets.
Oh yeah, that's
Really
right.
weird
Actually,
word.
you guys have Super Spy on the team. Hold on. Let's
What is Super Spy's skill set? I can't remember.
That's a good
Can
question.
he do shields?
Let's
Will
find
Super
out real
Spy be
quick.
immune to some of us?
So a power droid. God. All right. The power droid has system diagnostics at 5D, so he's really good at telling you what's fucked up on your ship as it's exploding. He can
guess that's-
energize power cells for 6D, and he has 3D in knowledge technology and 1 extra dice in dodge.
Can we put him on shield since we have nobody on shield?
I mean, he's actually worse than Cal.
Oh.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's actually.
Cal could, I guess, try to do it.
Good luck, Cal.
Would Super Spy's a droid? He didn't even be able to make the roll, would he?
He'd have 1D.
Yeah, he would have
Real
his
quick.
1 attribute die.
What's
So-
a recording rod?
It's basically a tape recorder, but in space.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I was making sure that I wasn't. Okay, carry on.
You're
like a
you're
little
interested
mic.
in the tantric recording rod? Whatever.
All right. So yeah, you can have Super Spy do a thing if you guys want. I mean, he's technically here.
He is technically.
Alright, Super Spy, my most delightful of assets. Just give assist dice to someone by helping them.
Okay. Do you want him to help Cal with the shields, or something, or?
We haven't been shot at yet. Surely we should have him just help Starrick with shooting to give him an extra dice.
Well, I mean, he has the energized power cells ability. He could potentially increase your damage on a hit if you want him to spend his action like overcharging your blaster cannons.
Yeah, let's plug our fucking boy into our guns.
All right, Super Spy, you're up. Gonk. All right, and Cal, do you have anything you'd like to do?
I guess I try the shields.
All right, so shields is a reaction skill, so I guess you're just gonna save your dice for that.
Yeah. Let's try to pull in all of my fucking knowledge and attempts into making sure that doesn't go tits up.
Okay.
It probably will.
All right. So here's where things get fun. Sith time. Move, 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 move,
Moo?
move,
Please.
and that's it. So, let's have Stark start off with shootings. Does
Okay,
shootings.
so, I see the weapon has fire control. Do I add that onto my skill? Or...
Yes, onto your accuracy rolls.
Okay, so I'm rolling 5D.
Mm-hmm. So these guys are all going to be taking a 1-die, or this particular fellow is going to be taking a 1-die penalty, since he's declared movement for his action. And they are at 5, 10, target number 15 base, plus, let's see, dodge, dice rolled is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, plus 1, target number X. Alright.
Fuck off.
You miss this turn, but not by a whole lot. Well, okay, yeah, actually by a whole lot, because additives, right?
But next turn will be 4d6, right? Against a 5d6 dodge.
Yeah, this particular ship will be down a die step. Alright, and now, H1. You're going to roll your piloting plus the ship's speed factor. So whatever your piloting is, plus 3 dice. Alright. So 29 is the number for these fellas to beat. So in the interest of not having to go through the macro bunch, let's just factor out what these guys have. So they have piloting of 4, and then sublight speed of 4. So 7 dice times 4. 6, 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 6 die. 24.
Nobody beat 29.
Wow. Alright.
You sure did roll like hot fucking fire. Thank fuck Kina rolled good, because holy shit, that's a lot of post 20. You cunt.
And then we get obliterated out of the sky before we even leave the atmosphere.
Alright. So that's everything in segment 1. Stark, would you like to take another shot?
I'm not sure how much point there is in me rolling, but I can give it a go.
Alright, so it'll be 5, 10, 15...
If this is post a turn,
20 base.
Sorry, random idea here. That target is moving, but in this, the first move is actually still a dice roll, right? Does that mean the dice pool's reduced by 2, or just the one from dodging?
It'll be reduced by 2.
So you've only lost 1 dice. They've lost 2, so it's honestly better that you keep firing.
I mean, I'm still rolling my 5D. Remember, you...
And they're on 5 as well now. It's finally even.
Yeah.
Alright, so you miss again.
Skull, I'm trying to hit a 45 with 5d6.
Yeah, okay, fine. So it's physically impossible. Whatever. Also, Sabin, could you do us a fucking solid and roll like a little bit more sub 20?
I genuinely can't. Also, it's not that much of an above average roll.
Yeah, so if you could just fucking tone it down a little bit so we can win.
No, I
Anything
can't.
Anything with a base difficulty of 20, us and the scrub characters are not going to be hitting unless we are highly specialized into it.
No.
Alright, so that concludes turn 1.
If my ability to shoot a starship gun were anything like my ability to shoot a gun, we'd be fine. It isn't.
Now, it is a completely different skill set to use like a swivel-mounted turret cannon than a handgun.
Fucker, I played so many video games.
Jesus Christ, Tasha, calm down there. Fuck.
Hoot!
No, she's just crunching this bone. It's horrifying. Alright, so what's everyone's segment 1 action going to be? I'm guessing move for H1.
Yeah.
I
Alright.
guess I'm going to shoot the same target. Sorry, no, I'm going to shoot a different target from Starrick. That's crazy otherwise.
Alright.
Why would I let someone roll the same dodge for 2 rolls? Yeah, no, I'm going to shoot a different target. I've got an aim dice. Let's hope that it pays off. I'll shoot twice, in fact. I'll shoot the same guy twice.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Okay. And Call, still gonna brace yourself with the shields?
Got his finger on the button.
Alright. So in that case, shock and awe and all of that.
Shock and awe.
They would really like to not be at long range from you. They are trying to catch up as you ascend into the skies. So, this time let's have the moves resolved first. I think that's going to be a little bit more fair for everybody.
No, it isn't. Can I get my
It-
shots
it
off and then the moves and then their shots?
Well, they're not taking any shots.
Oh, okay, then can I shoot them first? 'Cause I
That
think
means
it's
you'll be
actually
hitting
easier
it.
for us.
No, it's not. It's way
Is it
harder.
not?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought the difference in distance would be more relevant than the distance of having a dice of extra dodge.
Well, here's the thing. They're getting further away.
Oh.
That's the thing. If they resolve the move and get closer, then it's easier to shoot them. Of course, if they get
Correct.
any farther away, then they just leave. So,
Okay, cool.
hence why movement's probably more important to resolve first. So, H1, would you please give me your rolls? 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 25. Okay. So, I just need to roll. Let's see. So they have a speed factor of 8 plus 1. So, roll.
Oh, it's not the prime tier roll I was hoping. Saban's gonna roll shit hot fire. Just wait, one of these fuckers is gonna be a 30. You cunt. What is that?
How,
Wow.
I
What
thought
is
they-
that?
I thought they last time they only rolled like sevens.
They did,
and
because they had
dice.
dodged. Alright, so 2 of them just fall off the board entirely. And the other 2 get a little bit closer. Luckily,
So, hey, there's only 2 of them now, not
Yeah,
5.
only 2 of them rolled. Yeah.
and incidentally, you're shooting at 2 different targets. So,
Yep.
let's do Stark shots. I guess, obviously, these guys will both be dodging. So, they've used 1 die already, so they're down by 1 die. And the fellow you're shooting at is 7 plus 1, so 6 plus 1. Dodge 6 plus 1. Alright, so 22 plus 10, 15, so 37. Nope. Alright, and Lilash. Let's see what your fella gets.
Come on, let's face it. I'm not gonna hit him.
All
Sorry,
right.
it's 5d6. I'll throw an extra d6 on there. 21.
Alright, it's possible they will fail.
It's literally not.
Okay.
Even if I roll all ones, it's not.
Alright. That's
no, I
fine.
can't.
That's fine.
I can't hit.
Okay, so blaster bolts are hurtling through the sky, but these 2 interceptors are still on your tail. The others have broken off, unable to make the ascent safely.
Alright, attack number 2. Go!
Yep.
Fuck.
Alright, well, hey. 17.
Still not physically possible.
You've forgotten to die again.
No, because it's 1 less now. I'm shooting a second time, right?
But that applies to all of your ones, Scout.
Oh, then fuck it. I never hit ever anyway. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go fetch another drink.
Alright, Stark.
Okay.
Let's see what this guy's dodge is going to be. Dice roll will be 5 plus 1. Target number X. 20. Nope. This isn't Dota, Scout. God. All right. So that's this turn concluded. Let's set up actions. The 2 remaining Imperial Starfighters will take a different course of action this time. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and set this up since Scow's missing.
She's said in the chat she's shooting
Oh.
once.
Okay, well. Rippy dippy doo.
I'll
Alright.
shoot twice.
Alright. H1, I assume, is going to move. I guess they have to move, then shoot. I don't know if they don't want to fall off.
So we're still ascending.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible to lose? I could lose them in the clouds.
Yes, that is what this whole thing is about, right? Is just losing these guys, making them either break off or ditching them.
Then yeah, I'm moving.
Okay, so moving. Cal's on shields. Here we go. Let's resolve the moves. So
Can I
these
move?
guys are down by a die each. So 7 + 1.
Could I?
The important thing is that we're trying.
Shit. Fuck.
What?
4, 6, 6, 1, 6, 3, 6. Fuck you, Haven. Oh my god.
Well, roll good.
Okay. You know what?
Enough.
Fuck you. You know what? You know what? Fuck these guys. I'm getting us out of here as fast as I can. Can I move twice?
So, no. But you can spend a force point if you still got one.
That's what I was going to do.
Mathis, I just want you to know that I believe in you.
I'm going to. The thing is if I can't, I don't.
What are these fucking rolls, Savin, you
Yeah.
piece of shit?
I guess I'll do it.
Look, I can't control this.
I come back to this? Why do you want why do you want this campaign to end so quickly?
I get scared. Look, alright, I'm rolling my dice in the open. If this was fucking,
That's true, yeah, like if this were behind the screen, I'd be calling fucking shenanigans.
Once Woody has a will of
let's
its
see,
own,
there's
it likes to
noth-
play with us in
I
certain
don't think
ways.
there's anything else I can
Come on,
actually
add
do
some
with all of
decay
these
on our
guys.
side. Yeah, that's what I'm fucking thinking.
You know what? Okay. So since I'm gonna have a shitload of dice, I'm gonna use the force. I'm gonna trust in the force to try and get us out of here. I'm gonna move, but I'm also going to make an astrogation check. I'm trying to plot an emergency jump
excellent.
to try and just get us out, just to the edge of the system.
Okay.
They'll never suspect us sneaking back in to finish our mission.
They probably won't.
The lesson is that we're bad at ship combat, apparently.
Dude, there was no doubt that we were going to be really bad at ship combat. That was not ever going to be our specialty. We are good at being like the Indiana Jones party on the ground. That was meant to be our jam. And we did that, apart from a few dice cuckings. We did that really quite well.
Huh?
Fighting in space, not our fucking business. Thankfully, we have Keener here to just get the shit out of Dodge.
Can be reduced to 1 combat round in emergencies. So this is an emergency.
Yeah,
All right.
punch it.
Let me dig out the rules for astrogation here.
I don't think it matters.
I mean, it
Jesus
really
Christ.
doesn't. Okay. Holy Jesus shit fucks, Kina. What in
Oh
God's...
wait, I'm sorry. Oh wait. I did that entirely wrong.
I was
jumped the
gonna
gun real
say...
I was still adding the dice. I just copy pasted. I was just adding the dice. It's still pretty good, but it's not gonna be like that. I'm sorry. 1 second.
It's going to be, what, 43-55?
No. Hang on. Does the ship give any? I didn't ask this before I rolled. Does the ship give any astrogation stuff?
No, you only have a basic
Dice.
nav computer.
Just the dice I have.
Mhm.
Okay. So it's still pretty good, but not 15.
No.
Oh.
But the fucking flight itself was incredible.
Still, holy god.
Well, the pilot didn't change, but
Yeah, 4719.
All right,
mean,
so
I
yeah,
leave them in
they
my
are definitely
dust.
falling back a bit. And then a 19. I don't think. Well, so yeah, the difficulty for a 1 round is, I believe, doubled. So that would
Alright,
make
we
it.
are not jumping out of system, we're jumping to the edge of system, so I'm pretty sure the difficulty isn't fucking massive.
No, it's
even
not.
If doubled.
I think it's going to be a 20. So you missed by a point.
fuck.
Alas.
I mean, I think missing by a point still puts us in the same place, but with like a little ship damage.
Yeah. Well, I have a table, but we'll see
Okay.
next round when you actually make the jump, assuming you'd like to do that.
I might make
so-
if the next turn goes okay, I might do another astrogation just to fill in some blanks.
Okay. Gotta carry a couple more ones.
All right.
Yeah.
Stark and Lilesh, if you'd like to shoot. These fellows are going to be down by 2 dice now on their dodge rolls, so
Doesn't fucking matter.
not
That
in your case.
was fucking nigh on 5d6! I rolled
Wow.
4 ones!
Wow.
Wait, remind me how
Oh
you're
my
rolling
God.
5d6?
Because I'm not shooting twice this time. It's just the one. It's just the ship and me. Oh
Hey,
no,
you
I
didn't
don't keep.
spend
Do I
last
not?
turn aiming.
You don't get to keep aim dice. Then it's even less. I rolled 4. I rolled
Wow.
4 straight ones on 4 dice.
Does the
Amazing.
gun just explode?
No.
I think,
It
yeah, I
doesn't
think
work.
your weapon straight, like, runs out of energy. You're just spraying and praying until you hear this chunk, 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 chunk.
I get up and have a smoke.
Just
I'll be
throw
right
your
back, you
hands
guys.
up. Fuck.
Yeah, I just like, what the fuck this noise? And I just get up.
Alright.
You need some time on a training simulator.
Yeah, fuck. I obviously need to play more Call of fucking Fury.
Alright. Stark.
I'm waiting on my target number.
Oh, yes, right, of course. So these are dodge rolls. They are rolling,
A lot.
let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1, target number X. So 19 plus 10, 15, 20. Yeah.
And my second shot might actually hit. We'll only be
possible.
rolling, what, 4 plus 1 then?
Alright.
I don't know.
Speaking of which, so segment 2, H1 Astro Gates. Stark and the fighter you're shooting at are both going to go ahead and shoot. This fighter is not going to dodge your shot. It doesn't feel like it needs to at this point. It's more concerned about just hitting you. So it's already down by, what, 2 dice? So, yeah. So 3, 4, 5 plus 2. 5 plus 2. Alright, H1, would you like to make a dodge roll for your ship?
Yeah, I'll make a dodge roll.
Alright, so you will roll your ship's maneuverability plus your piloting. And you will add
Which is
it.
0.
Right. So just your piloting,
So
and we'll add that on to 10, 15, 20, since they are now at great distance.
Okay. And I did 2 things, so I have 2 dice less.
You've already taken 2 actions, so yes, you'll have 2 less dice.
Oh.
Oh, God. Alright, well, it's a good thing you dodged, because they would have hit, but you definitely get the fuck out of the way. God, that's right, because you still have used the Force up. Jesus.
I do. Oh, yeah. Okay, I didn't roll another 6d6 on top of that. I just rolled my base number. Is this still the same turn?
God. Alright. Wait, why is it 6D? I thought you said the ship had...
If I forgot, I didn't realize that was still. I forgot that was still going. So I should actually have another. So it's actually, I actually rolled 42.
Jesus. Alright, so yes. Everybody is shooting, nobody is hitting anything. And we're rapidly learning why they changed how blasters work in 2nd edition. Alright.
Yeah.
What are the differences between this and 2nd edition?
So in 2nd edition, instead of adding your dodge roll to the target number, it replaces the target number.
Which will make blasters certainly more actually good.
Yeah, so
you
I have
either
a
take the
little list
base
of house
number
rolls
or
gonna show up soon, so that's definitely high on the list there. But we'll play out this session using the normal rules.
So
I have to ask,
Mm-hmm.
do they change the rules for reflecting blaster bolts, or is that still the same?
Fuck if I know.
Fair
It's
enough.
probably the same concept of you replace your dodge roll.
Because, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. It's something that should be hard, but I feel like the system as is makes it... it'd be hard. Fuck it. Anyways, continue.
Alright, so everyone is shot and whiffed. We move on to round, I believe this is 4. Alright, so there are 2 fighters at long range. You just need to beat them once more, Kina, and you will be free and clear. Or you can try your hyperspace jump and just end the encounter that way.
Nah, just fly gooder.
Fly gooder.
fly slightly better.
Lilesh gets up from the gun console with a loud announcement of absolutely fuck this shit, and she's gonna go down to her room and she's gonna find something alcoholic to drink. She's gonna take a shot of that, and then she's gonna have a nice long smoke and think about how shit she is at spaceship shooting.
I assume we're taking such a relaxing break because we're out of danger.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly why. And not because I know that no matter what I do, I'm going to roll a fucking such hot... I'm going to roll 4
I was asking
46.
that in character.
Yeah. No. Lilesh gets up because the Force itself has told her, you're not cut out for this shit, Lilesh.
Yeah,
You're just going to have a smoke.
So Cal asks that, and like a second later the ship shudders as like a blaster bolt impacts the shields. Alright, so H1 move, and then anything in segment 2?
Let's see, segment. If I did that, it would just be 3. No.
Okay.
I'll just move. I'm just gonna pilot.
Alright, Stark. Still suffering from that vomiting episode in the Space Daddies.
Starrick inhales a box of wine.
Sorry. Same thing I've done every time, Captain.
Right. Double shoots.
Yep.
Alright.
One day I'll, roll dice like you.
It's a height we can all aspire to. Alright, and
Perhaps
Super Spy
Captain
will
White-
take an
alright,
action this round. He's going to use an item.
Oh my gosh.
Is he going to plug into the gun and charge it up again?
Yes! That is exactly
Oh.
what he's going to do. Lush emptied the battery, so yes, Super Spy unplugs from your gun and gonks his way down the hall to the other gun chamber, and a little wire snakes out from him and plugs into the gun and gonk. Starts powering it back up.
Super Spy was plugged into mine?
Yeah, if you ever hit it, would have done an extra dice of damage. I don't think we would ever have seen it. Yeah, it's fine. Lilesh uses item 2, hammock.
Alright.
It's-
So yeah, let's do the moves and see if you
Our
guys
fate
get
is
away.
out of your hands.
Yep, I'm just going to trust to the Force and/or Moo's superior ability to
So-
pilot.
Oh yeah, I guess I should say these guys are also going to be shooting in the second round, because obviously. Alright, so, for this round, we're going to move. They have 4,
Yes!
8 plus 1. Jesus. So, move 7 plus 1 because they're taking 2 actions. Number is 32, Jesus. Oh no. +1. All right, little TIE fighter, I believe in you. Nope. All right, and the chase ends. The interceptors are lost amidst the clouds. Good job, H1. You did the thing.
I did the thing that I was programmed to do.
All right, so yeah, describe how you get away from these fighters.
Very carefully.
Okay. All right. So okay. Hang on a second. So it's flying and they're shooting and they're slowly getting away, and then the ship will dive down, just do a power dive down further into the clouds, and then everyone's gonna get a bit of vertigo as the ship is just gonna do like a reversed barrel roll, and we'll go down and then right back up as the fighters just go forward, but we go behind them and go up into the space. Does that make sense?
Yeah. All right, so these guys are jetting down. You jet up right past them. I believe that maneuver is called a Crazy Ivan.
Is that
That's
actually
crazy,
called?
Ivan.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Nice.
I can believe that.
So, you see Ivan.
Ivan.
That makes it even better. I wasn't even thinking about that.
So yeah, you guys get away just in the nick of time as these fighters are lost amidst the clouds.
Attention, all crew. We have lost our pursuers. You can now feel free to unbuckle your safety harnesses and move about the ship as you will.
Alright, I'm gonna walk to the front of the cabin and give H1 a big ol' hug. Clank.
I did a good job.
Yes, you did.
Are we out of danger?
Yeah, temporarily.
Right.
We've got one last job to do in this fucking shithole before we can get out for real. It involves dropping off a bunch of probes. We are sadly now down our mechanic pretty permanently because she's dead.
I'm
Not
sad
quite-
that we had to leave her behind.
Yeah, not quite sure how to feel about that myself right this very moment. Sort of trying to ignore that whole sadness thing. Just, pretty sure that's what alcohol is for.
We can mourn after we have our vengeance.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna do our job. But no. Vengeance is a strong word. Vengeance is the kind of word that gets you involved in trying to keep fighting a crazy Sith Lord instead of just getting the fuck away, which I like way more.
Can't run from a Sith Lord who has his eyes set on you.
Yeah, we fucking can.
We've
I do believe we just did.
We've opposed the Sith Lord. Even if we run today, he's going to be chasing us for tomorrow, the next day, day after that.
Then fucking let him. We're a lot quicker than some rant. Do you know how many Sith there are, Cal? There are so many Sith. I'm okay with one extra not liking us. I am not happy fighting that motherfucker face to face. We fucking killed one. We fucking killed a Sith in its
We killed
face.
a Sith acolyte.
Whatever. I mean, he was probably an apprentice, right? He wasn't in their special little trainee hole anymore. That's pretty good. You were one of them, right? You were an apprentice. We killed a whole Cal's worth of Sith.
You're missing a lot of fine details.
Yeah, sure, but I'm skipping the boring parts.
Cal just blinks, kind of confused. I suppose we'll have to talk about this later. You're right.
Absolutely.
We still have a job to finish, if anything.
If it helps, I do believe that by default, the Sith do not like anybody, including each other.
That's not untrue.
So, we've got to drop off some drones, right? We've just got to drop some
Yep.
things off, some little probies.
What are the coordinates for our next destination?
Middle ring. And then outer ring? Is it both, or is it just middle ring? Starrick, you were paying attention to who's he works with, fucking what's it?
Yeah. Saving, I don't remember.
I believe you got the coordinates on your data pad.
But yeah, was it middle or both? I thought it was it was either middle or it was middle and outer, and I can't remember.
No, so they wanted the probes put around one of the moons of Elorian, where they believe a Sith weapons facility is.
Alright. Let's go do that thing. Then we can get the shit out of fucking Dodge. And that'd be great.
Before we go anywhere, now that we are out of danger, I would like to plot an escape vector out of this system before we get into any other problems.
It's true, I would like a
Good plan.
parachute programmed in.
Escape vector away.
So I will spend the next minute, I guess, calculating a destination point for our next hyperspace jump.
All right, and where would you like to go?
Let's see.
So you have a
Hmm.
quest that's active right now, which is to say,
Oh, shit,
dropping
I
off
can't
this
see that.
strange crystal that appears to be perhaps even a lightsaber crystal on the planet of Verizon.
Horizon.
Yeah, good old Verizon.
Oh.
Which is somewhere over here.
Verizon.
Yeah, if you could plot our parachute for Verizon, that'd be great. We can escape and then get paid like right afterwards. It'll be great.
If we have to run, it might not be a good idea to be going directly to where we're planning on sticking around for a little bit.
I'm going to plot us a jump to.
We don't want to be in the outer rim. Maybe somewhere in
Not
the
in the
middle
outer
where
rim.
it's nice and safe and surrounded by Republic, like Hosnin.
Osnian Prime.
Yeah, it's a very safe place to be right now.
Yeah, right
Corellia,
now.
I mean, in this setting, Corellia hasn't been taken over yet, but the Empire's going to fuck Corellia up later.
I mean, we could get lost in a place that is less one side or the other, like Nalhutta.
No. I mean,
Yeah,
we're
you-
never running to Hutta.
You can always go lose yourself on Nar Shaddaa.
Let's not go to Nar Shaddaa. I mean, okay, we should totally go to Nar Shaddaa, but like afterwards. Nar Shaddaa is where you gotta go if you've got money to spend on getting shit-faced and getting laid. If you're going to Nar Shaddaa on
Blackjack and hookers the planet.
Yeah, if you're
There
going to
had
Nar
to be a
Shaddaa on
planet for it
business,
eventually.
you're gonna lose your kidneys. We don't want to go there for business. We want to go there for fun.
So long as we aren't going into anywhere else in the Empire right away, doesn't really matter where we just go for 2 minutes.
Let's see here.
It doesn't really matter. So we're just gonna. It's like a midpoint, like a midpoint jump. So let's go like let's go to Naboo or something. That's
Alright,
over here.
good
So
old
this way-
Naboo.
This way and then over here.
Like,
Oh
I'm
God,
pretty
what's
sure
that?
that's all like directly Republic controlled. And then Empire is like
Everything this away, pretty much.
that, and then everything off like that away. Well, no, they would say Hutter is controlled by the Hutts, but they're basically in Imperial pockets.
Let me see.
You guys had a chance to draw boobs, and he failed me.
I was considering like this sphere here and this sphere here, and then just drawing a
Bitch.
Dangus, but I didn't in the end.
Bitch, I draw
Well,
boobs
thank
for
you.
money. I don't need to draw boobs now.
Ah,
Huh? You put it back?
yeah, put it back. That's useful
Actual
information
in-
to have.
In
Actually.
Sure.
actuality, it's more like. Hang on, come on, you stupid. Actually,
Remember that like nothing here is traditionally explored, and that's contested 100% by pirates. And up here is
It's-
sort of Republic.
Pirate.
like. It's actually like that.
By the way, because I can always have to ask,
I don't know, Dandouin.
our
It-
characters know this. Our characters are the
No,
ones who
yeah.
know this in
If
character,
I'm
right?
looking at this map correctly, then yeah, they do.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Uh,
I was asking, do we know
Here we go.
do we know the whole layout and political climate in character?
I'm sure you guys can either know immediately or could just look it up on the equivalent of the internet, like
Holonet.
Holonet, to see what the current border lines are.
speaking. Okay, there's the map right there.
Oh, let's take
From the
this.
Treaty of Coruscant borders.
Ah, yes. Okay.
It's a very small map.
For ants.
No, the other one. There's a larger
other
version
one.
of that top link.
The second link.
No, the
Google
second
that.
the,
The second link's the small
link
one we
is like an inch high.
What?
Other order. First one's the larger one.
Okay. How about that third one down?
Yeah, that one's fine.
Dankeschön.
Alright,
Anyway,
so I'll work on applying that to the galaxy map at some point. But in the meantime,
in the meantime, so we're still in Moon in the system in Elorian we have to deposit these these spy things.
Yep.
correcto. But that should only be a couple hours of work, and nothing bad could possibly happen between now and then.
So what these probes were just like get them ready and then just dump them out the
Yeah.
cargo hold.
Dump them out into space at the specified coordinates, and the
Okay.
Bothan spy net will do the rest.
We're probably are going to have to stop moving and just let them out gently so they don't go careening off into space.
Sure.
Unless these satellites are just have like they probably actually they probably have
They
like,
have tiny little
self-adjusting maneuvering
thrusters, but yeah,
So we don't
you don't want to
well,
drop
maybe
them out
just-
at full speed.
no
we
we'll
want to
slow
coast.
down. We'll coast into where we're
Yeah.
going. Maybe we might okay, so what points are this? So there's how many probes?
I believe there's half a dozen or so.
Half a dozen. Okay, so
Is there a means for flying stealthily?
yeah, can we like get a trajectory for some of these probes and then just send us off on the course and then go dark and just shut down all systems?
Just
And then
let
just-
them out gently as we go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Would
And
one
then
of
do
you
another
like to
flyby
roll
later?
knowledge planetary systems? And we can use that as a baseline to set up like a gravitational
planetary.
course to slingshot yourselves around in dark
Sadly.
mode.
Scout, I think that's you.
All right.
Alright, we'll say target number 15. Some
yeah, that would
advanced
be you.
mathematics involved.
Okay.
It's one.
TN15.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Dice roll. What are you rolling? Planets. Dice roll. 3 modifiers plus 2. Target number what?
15.
That-
You put in a double plus.
Oh, I didn't put in a double plus.
Well,
but I
don't-
rolled
yeah.
665, so I rolled hot tasty fire, and I made it.
That's a
You
damn
sure
good roll.
did. Alright, no problemo.
Yeah, 19.
You put yourselves on a gravitational trajectory around the moon. Turn off as many systems as you can, basically down to just life support. Even poor little super spy just like goes on to his recharging station and gonks to sleep.
I give him pets. He's a good gonk.
Gonk. And so the party begins the operation of one by one, rolling these big ol' like crate-sized cylindrical silver probes out into the blackness of space. While that's happening, we do a side swipe down to the Imperial Weapons Facility. We've seen the insides of this place a couple of times before. Now, we see a massive, almost star-shaped sphere suspended in the center of a great domed chamber. Imperial scientists are walking around to and fro, checking on devices and computer banks. Little droids are scurrying around between their feet, and a number of officers are standing at stark attention, creating a corridor leading up to this device. We see the red-haired woman, the Sith Lord herself, who we've seen a few times before, apparently the master of that Axio fellow. She's wearing all black armor, neat and polished to a shine, with a lightsaber at her hip and a long black cloak. And she strides confidently towards this suspended sphere in the heart of the dome. At her heels are a couple of scientists who are checking last-minute preparations on their little data pads. One of them, a man in his probably early 30s with graying hair at the temples and now a bit of stubble on his cheeks. We've seen him before as well, talking to her. Apparently he might be the head scientist. And he walks up behind her and says, "My lady, are you sure? We haven't tested this before," and she puts a hand up, silencing him, and says, "My apprentice is dead. I'm not letting whoever did this get away. Power up the device." The scientists go silent, looking into her for confirmation. They get a stark nod. The lead scientist makes a hand gesture, and everyone goes to work rapidly. Twisting dials. Twisting dials and punching buttons, pulling up levers that make that traditional Star Wars vroom sound as they go up. And the device begins not to glow, but to suck up all the light inside the room. Darker and darker as it almost becomes translucently black, as if it's an empty abyss through which nothing can escape, not even light. And then we swipe cut over to the crew, unloading the last of the probes into orbit around this moon. H1, where are you?
Sorry, 1 second. Wait, am I actually set to? I am set to this. Okay. All right, you can hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my place is on the bridge. So I'm probably just got my I'm probably just sitting in the pilot's chair, linked into the computer, into the ship, ready and waiting for a sign that we need to put all power back into the ship and just get out and head for my pre set coordinates for Naboo.
All right. So as you're waiting there, finger on the trigger, outside, Stark and who else is helping you unload the probe?
Cal, obviously. Heavy lifting.
Alright, so Stark and Cal, you have your spacesuits on, because you're having to go outside and set this probe gently rolling into its orbit. You have your safety tethers and mag boots, of course, but still, it's nevertheless dangerous work. And Lilesh, are you still in your cabin sulking?
She's she's not like actually having a nap. She said that she was going in there to have a nap. Right now she's sat in a chair. There's like a little bunch of random old work documents that she's got out. The statue sort of sat just like in the corner of her table, and she's just flipping that lightsaber they acquired end over end and staring it over and over.
Alright, so we swipe cut through all of you, and then slowly the camera pans back to H1 sitting on the bridge. When you, my dear droid, notice an alert pop up on one of your consoles, a gravitational alert, the sort of thing that pops up when you fly too close to a sun, or a gas giant, something that's pulling your ship in.
Uh-oh.
What do you do?
I will... Cool. I would not... There's a quiet... The intercom is quiet this time, but not loud, but it's just a silent... I hope you are all finished back there.
How are we on our work, actually?
You're about halfway done.
Not quite yet, H1. What's up?
I have the ship has detected an anomaly. It is... There is a gravitational anomaly affecting the ship. It is drawing us closer towards the moon.
Doesn't sound too bad. We'll be back inside and you can propulse us back a little bit.
How impossible does this sound? I'm just staggering out of my chair and thumbing on an intercom.
And this isn't like a tractor beam like locked on our ship either, right?
No,
This
you're
is
not
like
sure where it's
some kind
coming
of-
from. It's almost like it's all around you. And you're not being pulled in just yet. You're just getting this alert that something's beginning to impact you. But yeah, you know that
okay.
if this grows in intensity, your ship will start to be pulled in some direction.
Do I have an estimation on how long they might have before this field becomes tangible enough to draw us to start moving the ship?
Less than a minute.
You have about 45 seconds before the ship begins to move on its own volition.
Oh, fuck.
Come on. Shit. Monster, I need to get back to the ship before this gets bad.
I am uncertain as to what is causing this. It is not a tractor beam lock. It is as if we are too close to a large celestial body.
Or what, like in all directions?
It's as though a new gravity well has just enveloped us and the rest of the moon.
That sounds like really bad news. Okay. Guys, come on in. Fuck this mission. Fuck Republic. We need to get moving.
Yeah, we've done it. We've done enough of them now.
And inside. How do we get back inside?
Through the airlock.
Well, I mean, like the suits we're using, or is that not important?
No, that's not important. You can just get back inside. If you
You
want to
know
set
the
up this
you know
last
the return
probe,
cord on a vacuum cleaner. You just hit that.
I just assumed
whole
something was
vacuum.
going to go wrong. And know what to do.
well, if you
Yeah.
want to set up this last probe, you can make some tests. But otherwise, yeah, you can just abandon ship and go back inside.
The opposite of abandoned ship, surely.
Well, I suppose.
Get onto
Abandoned
ship.
mission, but get onto ship.
We've just lost a member. Taking any more risk right now is unadvised.
But
And
we're only
this-
about half done.
This is the last probe, though, right?
The last one, yes.
I think the Republic is just going to have to accept that they're not going to get as much intel as they wanted.
Give the last probe just like a kick out the door before you shut it. Good luck, probe.
How far? Okay, can I make like a pilot? Can I make a piloting check to use the ships like? I'm just assuming that the ships have this like maneuvering thrusters to get us closer to the drop point of this last probe.
So you're at the drop point, right? Like right now
at
they're
the drop
unloading
point.
it into space. Like they're in their spacesuits outside delivering it.
Then drop the probe and get inside. Yeah.
All right, so you boop the probe out the door, shut it. Everyone gets inside, and H1, what do you do?
I'm kind of now. Let's see.
You know what? Instead of going super fast and trying to jump just like they
Right away.
expected, gently sublight us away.
Yeah, that's what
Nice and gentle.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the thrusters, the maneuvering thrusters to push us slowly, like, away on like an escape trajectory, off away from this little moon,
Okay, absolutely.
just to like nudge us
So
away without going full power.
yeah, okay, that's fine. So you have your light drive, you have sublight, and then you have these thrusters. So they're very slow, like sublight speed.
Yeah.
But there's no problem there. Whatever gravitational hold isn't strong enough yet to grab hold of your maneuvering thrusters, or at least it doesn't seem to be, as you're able to turn away from the moon and start making slow but steady progress.
I'm gonna keep my eye on that alert, and about like maybe 30 seconds after it's gone,
It doesn't
I'm
go
gonna.
away.
It just doesn't go away.
No, like you're sitting there waiting for it to go away as you maneuver these thrusters. And as you're sitting there waiting for it, you see out the front windows this huge explosion in the midst of space. An eruption of fire and plasma, and then debris just raining out. And it didn't seem to come from anywhere. You couldn't see a starship, and there's no planetoids, just an explosion, and then debris raining outwards.
H1? What is that?
I do not know. Something has just exploded.
Head for it. Gently
Wait.
and slowly.
What?
Because no one's going to shoot in the same place twice, are they?
There was no cannon fire, no turbo laser batteries.
There's no such thing as space spontaneously exploding. Someone shot something, right?
In the distance,
I
further
saw-
away, almost on the horizon, maybe even on the other side of the moon, you see another boom.
I think if anything, we
really
should be
starting.
leaving.
Yeah, kid's right.
Anything with that much power we can do nothing against. Best we just get out before it decides to blow us up.
Well, there's an entirely likely chance that they can't see us, but the reason they're going batshit is because they want us specifically dead. I say right there's no way they're shooting in the same place twice. We'll coast gently to it till we get to the edge of the system.
I want to
Nice and smooth.
that first detonation. I would like to coast us towards it,
Okay.
and like let the ship's like sensors give us a read on what this debris is.
Yeah, absolutely. If one of you would like to give me a computer programming roll.
Well, shit.
Well, so this is the part where
I guess that's me.
Yeah, unless you want 1D plus 1.
I have a mighty 2D in technical.
Well, it's a target number 10 to just get a basic sensor ping, so. Alright. You got no idea what's going on here at all. Whatever
Don't
it is,
worry,
it seems...
I also did it. The same.
So everyone, like, crowds around the sensor station and tries to, like, shove each other out of the way. And while you're doing that, H1's sitting in the cockpit, just her big blue eyes staring out into space. And something thump hits the cockpit window and just slides off. And in that brief moment, you think you saw a ship's registry number printed on the side of its hull, like a piece of hull scraping along your window before it slides back off into space.
That'll buff right out.
Okay, I 100% commit to nice and gentle. Holy shit, do we not want to draw attention to ourselves right now?
So that was it. So a ship it just exploded.
Except there was no ship there that you could see.
I bet
There
some
was just a
motherfucking
piece of a
spaceship
ship?
got, like, teleported in half and exploded.
Yeah,
I
I'm
feel as though it would
really.
be
I feel as though it would be a bad idea to jump to hyperspace at this point.
Yeah. Nice, smooth and gentle. Just gonna coast it on through. Easy peasy.
All right. So H1, where are you going on your maneuvering thrusters at your snail-like pace?
Well, this isn't a good way to. This is not going to be a good way to get, like, to the edge of the system. I need the impulse for that. The sublight engines. Don't know if that would set off whatever the hell this shit is. It might not. I'm thinking the only real threat is making a jump. I think is what will, tear the ship to pieces under the effects of this strange field. We could wait this out, but
I
how long
say, I say, like, give it half a day. We'll just move at the most gentle thrust in one direction, like any other normal ass stellar object, like a meteorite or some shit. Just coast for half a day and hope that this goes away and they think we've already left. Nice and subtle.
give
Like
it
a
some
shadow
time.
in the stars. Yeah.
And if it does not go away,
Then fuck it. Sure, we'll just try and get the fuck out of there. But like, we'll just give it half a day. We'll just go on the nice coast. I'll make us all like a batch of impossible dinner to eat. I'll find you and Super Spy and a nice oily substance to oil you up with. I'll give you a good old sand in. It'll be great. And we'll have a relaxing evening of it, and it'll be fine, and no one dies of explosions.
Literally, as you're saying this, you see another boom in the distance. This
See, I
one
bet
maybe
they-
halfway towards Elorian itself. This massive eruption of flame and what can only be starship parts are blown away in every direction, but once again, there was no ship there.
See? Right there, I bet that's some other ship, like somewhere else, that got ripped in half by crazy Imperial science and just torn into two places in space.
it is a
Lilash?
hyperspace trap.
So
Lilash,
we're gonna
as
go
far as
nice and
It's
smooth.
Wait, aren't hyperspace jumps? Don't they have like a trail where the ship comes in and not just like an explosion?
Usually,
Like-
yes. When the ship comes out of hyperspace, there'll be like a sudden jet stream behind them, and then the big boom.
And wouldn't we've noticed that coming from the explosions? Because this is just explosions, not like ships coming.
No, these are explosions like ships actually being destroyed.
Yeah,
Except
but
there's
we're not-
no visible ship, so I'm thinking they have the ability to actually shoot ships traveling in hyperspace, like some
That's
crazy Imperial science. I know it
That's
should
impossible.
be
Also,
it should be
wouldn't-
impossible, but
Also, wouldn't
Let's
that
just
many
pretend
ships
it.
and going through hyperspace be unlikely? We're like, where are we again?
You guys are in the orbit of Elorian, a huge gas giant that serves as a massive Tilium refinery. The fuel for starships, weapons, all sorts of things. It's a big
is it
commerce
the kind
hub.
of place? Is it the kind of place where we'd be getting like 3 ships hyperspacing in as they're being shot by something?
This is happening in the span of an hour.
so yeah,
Oh,
I say
okay, so
nice,
this isn't
nice
all at
and
once.
gentle until it stops. And if it
So-
doesn't stop eventually, we'll just beef it out. But there's some fucked up shit. And tell you what, if we get out of this alive, I bet the information we have is way more useful than any fucking shitty drones. And the Republic would pay big protest.
I'm not sure I like the idea of staying around this when we have no idea what's going on. Has that weird magnetic field gone away yet?
So H1 looks at the console, and no, if anything, it's gotten much, much stronger. But again, you don't see the ship being pulled in any particular direction.
The signal is getting stronger.
We should leave.
I really
Listen,
don't
Lilash,
like the idea.
I know very little about ships, but if anything was able to shoot down ships out of hyperspace, then they've certainly detected us, no matter how slow we're going.
Because we haven't. We've been running on silent ever since we got the fuck out of that firefight. I
Wouldn't
am
that require
afraid that
turning the
us
ship off
lighting up
completely?
and panicking is just gonna make us into a big juicy death target.
Saban, wouldn't be going off completely, going like silent, require turning everything off completely?
We've got everything but life support on right now. We're bumping
Wouldn't,
on
e-
maneuvering thrusters. We're basically, we've got like the parking lights on, and that's it.
wouldn't even that be enough?
No,
I at
like
least
it. Let's compare starships not to like planes, but to submarines here. This is when you go silent. Your equipment is still functioning at its like barest minimum levels, but everything that could give off any kind of signal has been turned
Alright.
off. You can't even make sensor pings anymore. Like
I'm gonna
that's
go
why you
off of
have to
what
just get like atmospheric readings.
I'm gonna go off of what you guys are saying, but I was just thinking back to the episode of Clone Wars where they had to turn off literally everything, and we're
You mean
even
You mean the episode? You mean the submarine episode?
basically the submarine episode where there was a gonk droid. What was on? No, it was like a support. There was like a medical droid that was left on, and that was enough to make the ship get detected.
I don't think sensors in this era are advanced enough to find like super spy.
Okay, fair enough.
And even then, Super Spy sat in the plug now. I give him a
I
good
do.
old.
I
give him a good old
vaguely
polish.
remember that episode. Yeah.
The point is that we're stealthed, or at least we can be
Essentially.
assumed.
We're as stealth as it gets. We need to go quiet. Like I legitimately think that what they've done right now is just tip their hand and show off the big weapon that the Republic were really afraid of and wanted us to investigate. We should just wait it out. Just wait it out, nice and gentle, nice and smooth. And the only time we should ever consider turning on our engines and like moving real quick is if we're actually certain we're about to get ripped the fuck in two.
How close are
If
the
we are going to
explosions?
be silent for some time, we could make an opportunity of this.
Well, how close have the explosions been, and how steadily is the whatever field around us getting?
I don't know. We can't tell. The sensor's down.
There is no part of this situation which I favor.
Yeah, no, I mean, either option seems fucked, but right now we've survived, so I figure staying quiet continues that survival.
Speaking of quiet, perhaps we could indulge in some quiet salvage while we are watching these detonations. There are starship wrecks appearing.
You know what? You raise a good point.
No,
We could totally do some looting while we wait.
going outside when random explosions that we don't even know the source of are coming from seems like a bad idea. Especially if there's any moment where we need to run as soon as possible. We won't be able to get everybody back inside fast enough.
Oh, that's kind of true as well, I guess.
I'm willing to go with your gut on sticking around, Lelash, but we're not going out. It's
Alright, fine.
crazy talk.
Okay, well, if we're all alright on Operation Wait and See, I'm gonna go make some dinner. I just pull myself up. I'm gonna head to our little refresher bay and start producing pots of like instant ramen. You know, the finest of cooking.
Cal,
I will maintain vigil on the outside of the ship.
Cal's also going to keep his eyes on the cockpit window for the explosions. Try to observe them.
Okay.
Think the least force usury thoughts you can think.
So yeah, over the next couple of hours, you see several more of these eruptions in space. This strange phenomenon. Then they stop altogether near about when you're thinking of going to sleep.
They probably finally decided to ground all the ships in the system.
Possibly. Have the gravity warning stopped?
No.
Mm-mm. Let's get next to a big stellar object if we want to start trying to jump out.
Like an asteroid?
Something big enough to hide us while we're jumping. Something with its own gravity.
Isn't it a bit risky making a jump inside a gravity well?
I'm
It
not
is
inside the well,
a
like
bad
just
idea.
near it-ish, right? That works, right? I'm just like staring at some kind of fucking techno retard.
It is generally considered to be suicidal to try to make any kind of jump inside of a gravity well. Although they still did that in Rogue One for some fucking reason.
What if we do it
Because Star
near a
Wars-
gravity well? Like,
Star
near
Wars
it.
is the hardest
Making a
core.
hyperspace jump while in atmosphere. What the fuck?
The Star Wars is the
Well,
hardest core.
as far as I'm aware, the only reason people don't do it in a lot of sci-fi is because going into some kind of jump while you're in atmosphere means that you turn that atmosphere into radioactive fire and kill everything in it, right? The ship is
happens.
usually fine.
I actually don't know why they don't do it. I just assume that it follows some rule where it's bad.
Well,
no one
the
does
thing
it.
is, the vehicle is generally fine, but they in most sci-fi, but they'll do stuff like if you leave atmosphere while if you enter hyperspace or like light drive inside of an atmosphere, you'll start igniting shit. That's why in Halo 2, when the Covenant did a warp jump inside, like just above the city, it was basically like 500 nuclear bombs going off.
Yeah, that's
Star
what I was
Wars does.
thinking.
Star Wars
The
is
reason
probably
the reason nobody ever does anything related to jumping out of like normal physics next to a gravity well is because all that atmosphere suddenly gets immediately reacted with and then turns whatever atmosphere you're a part of into a radioactive death hell. So I mean, at all times, our ship is fine. We'll just kill whatever planet we're next to.
Star Wars is
No.
probably the least scientific out of all sci-fi.
It's true. It's true. What about
Stop
if, what if we
talking
use
about
the
this.
answer a wizard did it?
Yeah, the thing in Star Wars is that like large objects that have serious gravity wells cast mass shadows into hyperspace, so they can yank you out of it directly into that large object. So if we
So
you know,
trying to
do
jump
it-
next to a sun just fucking slam dunks us into the sun.
Yeah, this is strictly OOC talk, but like that's also how hyperspace interdictors work. They generate a false mass shadow to just yank people out and stop them from jumping. That is what my out of character thoughts are about what this thing is. It's just ramped up to also murdering people.
Yeah. Lilith is pretty sure that if you just do it too close to a planet, you explode the planet. That's her knowledge of that whole shit. Can we do it near, like, a gravity... Like, you know, use it like a big smoke screen for us to get the fuck out. But, like, if a thing targets us, it might just target, like, a big rock instead of our ship, so we get to leave without blowing up.
Also, why aren't we
An
hyperspace?
object large enough for that would probably be a moon.
As far as I'm aware, at least, hyperspacing is literally just you charge your laser a little bit and then you jump, and generally you're fine.
Hyperspace is going into an alternate dimension.
I'm talking
basically.
Star Wars.
Where the speed of light doesn't count.
Yes,
I'm
DCL.
talking Star Wars only. From
Star Wars
everything.
only. Hyperspace is they say make the jump to light speed, but hyperspace in Star Wars you basically create a mass point and you jump into another dimension and ride it. That's literally Star Wars canon.
All right. From everything I've seen of the movies, it's just charge your engines, do the hyperdrive leap, and nobody can track you unless it's fucking the newest one, which that was a whole big point.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It should be impossible to track someone in another dimension, but they did.
And no one ever thought to go find out how.
I mean, they had other
Well,
problems
it
with
was-
surviving at the time.
It was
Anyway, I
not
haven't
impossible.
seen that movie yet, so stop.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
give it a fucking break.
You should go see
It wasn't
that
a
movie.
major.
I should
it
go
wasn't a
see that
major
movie.
spoiler. It wasn't a major spoiler. It was like something that you find out if you watch.
All right, the
like,
point is, what actually fucking happened since we've sat around here for 10 minutes talking about hyperspace mechanics?
It's a
So
good question.
anyway, the idea is to find a large stellar object and hide in its wake.
Yeah, and then the moment we're out of its range so we don't, like, explode it or whatever happens in hyperspace, we just jump then.
So you want us to attach ourselves to an asteroid of sufficient size.
Yeah, and then the moment we've, you know, like, we'll light up, we'll get ready to go,
So-
and then we just creep past its gravity, and then bam, we're outie. Easy peasy.
Systems knowledge check you made earlier. So does that show any asteroid fields in the system?
Yeah, there's an asteroid field much further into the system. Like, if Elorian, the gas giant, is like the 6th planet, the asteroid field might be between the 4th and 5th.
All right, how long would it take to coast gently towards it?
Months.
Distance in space is very, very
Yes.
long.
If you're using
We'd
thrusters.
have to go onto our sublight engines.
Yeah. All
We'd have
right.
to
How long
power
is
up
sublight?
In fact, how would you even charge the
We
hyperdrive?
can't. We'd have to
Going on.
power up
We
fully.
can't do it yet.
Oh, so you're trying to drift away and then do it.
We did that. That's
Literally,
why
we're flying this thing in park.
This is gonna be a while.
we're, yeah, which is why we're waiting like 12 hours, and then we're like,
Yeah. When I said let's just give it half a day, she wasn't kidding. We're not
So-
even going to move like a minute's distance at sublight, but it's still half a day.
so this installation,
Oh,
what we were doing. So how bad of an idea would it be for us to quietly land on the moon, infiltrate the fucking secret military base, and deactivate their super weapon, and then
Wait.
skedaddle?
In character, we
Skedaddle.
don't know that this is. We don't know for certain that this is what it is.
It's
I
a good
mean,
fucking
that is-
guess, though.
That
That's
is
a good
true.
guess.
It's an educated guess.
If the
Also-
surface of the planet is exploding, what's not?
Also, let's be quite frank here.
It would be.
We had so much trouble with just a
It
small
would be
platoon of guards that came to arrest us.
It would be so Star Wars, though.
It would.
It would be the Star Wars thing to
Yeah. Also, the alternative Star Wars thing to do is, just turn on our engines really quietly and then cruise to best bed.
The other Star Wars thing to do is blame George Lucas for everything.
That's also true.
Can't
So-
blame him for this shit anymore.
How
Blame
I
Mickey
blame
fucking
him.
Mouse.
You
I
used
blame
it to
him for
kill
saying-
lots of children. It's yours now.
So, what are we doing since we've been?
Alright, should we call the fucking coin flip? We just swap to sublight, get into a gravity space safe enough to just jump.
Assuming it's that way. Let's do it. I just want to do
Or
So,
do
I
we
have a
want to try and
question.
land on the evil moon? I honestly am happy with either.
I wish I could sense it.
I don't think we can take a real Sith Lord, though.
No, Cal will say that in character. The whole reason why he's trying to make a point, the guy we killed was basically a fucking pissant with a lightsaber. It's because he was fucking
I
a
know.
pissant with a lightsaber.
We
That was an
also-
actual lord, we would have been aced.
We also sadly lost our master hacker
Yeah, getting around would be a bit of a problem.
and our computer expert.
We are
Yeah.
currently
Your
not
bed
equipped for an infiltration.
That's a bad, yeah. I mean, if we had a Shaya, that would have been a much more,
There'd be a lot of
potentially
open the blast doors moments with the Shire, but we don't have those with our current group.
If we had a shot, I'd actually be all for maybe exploring the planet. Maybe not all for, but it would appeal
It
to
would
me
be more considerable with a nerd to help cover our
All right,
asses.
so
Let's sublight it to asteroid field, and then we'll use the edge of the asteroid field as cover for us to jump out.
sure.
Actually,
Sure.
one last thing, using normal engines, not hyperspace.
Yeah.
We could just head out to the edge of the system, not head in deeper and take cover in other gravity wells. We could just try to get out of range of this thing.
I mean, I thought that's what we were trying to do.
Well, no, the asteroid well is deeper in the.
It's
asteroid
deeper in the
well.
system. It's still plenty far from the moon. We might get out on our way there.
I
We
thought the
should
whole,
if we make distance from the moon, it might, like, say, if we go from where we are in the system to the other side of the system.
well, I thought the
But
whole
we
plot-
saw something on the other side of the system explode.
No,
Didn't we, Saban?
You saw something on the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
Ah,
if it was on the other side of the system, we wouldn't fucking see it.
Yeah.
this is Star Wars. Space is much smaller than it is in
No,
reality.
it's
Not that much smaller.
Anyway,
It's a lot smaller.
It is
It
lots
is.
I
more.
think
Not that.
yeah, we should probably go to the sublight and try to get to the other side, like the other side of the system from this moon, and put as much. Maybe if we put the sun's gravity well between us and this thing and whatever this is, it might, you know,
Yeah, keep us from exploding.
shield us from this effect.
Alright, right before the sublight begins at the engine, I will like rummage around in my cupboard and I'll pull out a bottle of something really, really nice, like some fucking Corellian whiskey, and I will pour out a few cups and hand one off to everyone and hold a glass ahoy, and I'll hand off a nice rich. It's called Jakeman's oil. I'll give that to Jakeman's oil. Give that to H1. I'll be like, I'll hold up a cup. If we enter sublights right now and explode and die, it was a pleasure fucking around with you guys.
I'll oil my joints.
If I had to pick anyone to die with, would be you lot.
It's not our time to die yet. I can't feel much, but I can at least feel that in the Force.
Alright, punch the button, H1, my dear sweetie.
All right, I will tell the ship to power back up. I'll power back up the ship and get the sublight engines going.
All right, 1 second.
Just gonna roll some attack dice. Against
Yeah, I'm just gonna get all these
That's
statistics for
unsettling.
an enemy capital ship here. Don't worry about anything.
And then
Oh,
we
it's
take
the Star Destroyer.
6 of damage.
Oh no! It's a fucking one of those Sith dreadnoughts. Oh fuck!
Oh no!
Oh no.
One of those fucking what are they fucking called? A harrower. One of those motherfuckers.
Heroin? Why are we smoking?
You don't smoke heroin.
It doesn't even. Oh, wait. The article for this fucking ship class it just doesn't have a cost. Its cost is 10 years output of a major mining colony. For one. That doesn't. That's not an. Okay. I mean, all right.
It's technically a cost.
I
Just
mean,
not what
yeah.
the players will get.
Okay, so you punch the engines.
Take that, engines, you dirty bitch.
Yeah, so the plan is to take the sublight engines, the impulse drive, as it were, out to the edge of the system. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Actually, what I want to do is fly us, like, around the system to the other side of the sun, and put us like as much distance between this moon and us, and put as other gravity wells between us and this moon. Thinking maybe that'll provide some kind of cover from this effect.
Okay. So in that case, H1, as you power up the engines and start maneuvering towards the sun, away from this shithole of a moon that has some horrible Imperial base on it, I'm going to need you to roll me the Damocles hull dice.
Oh, fuck. I see how this is working. Okay, I get it. All right.
I still don't, because I don't know shit about fantasy.
I bet the
space.
harder we move, the more damage we
Yeah.
take.
The more force we put against this force, the more force is pushed back on us. So the hull, 3D.
Is there any kind of bonus dice if we make that assessment and slow down a little
Wait,
bit?
oh, oops, that was the wrong.
Entirely wrong. Oh god. Okay, hold on.
Not much.
Let me just
Not much
scroll
better.
up to the Starship section here.
Always die, Jobu, except for when it's not.
Except for when it's not, is the big
It's
killer here.
the worrying part as well is like Saban just might not know the scale for what constitutes reasonable ship damage or not, and then just kills us.
No, that's fine.
It's not like he hasn't done that before.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you'll all turn your attention to the Damocles' character sheet. You have gained the severely damaged condition as you kick
God.
on the engines and boom! It feels like the ship is about to be
Okay.
ripped in half. Everything starts exploding, wires blast out from compartments, sparks fly. Bits of hull plating is seared off by this massive surge of force all around you. The gravitational alert that's been sitting idly on H1's consoles flares up to catastrophic levels. Pew, pew, pew.
Sudden. That was sudden. What exactly happened?
Oh, Jesus. I mean, Star Jesus.
Obi-Wan.
So, H1, what do you do as you've been
Turn
on
off
impulse for like
the
5
engines.
seconds? Yeah, all right, turn it off. Everyone catch your breath, like grab fire extinguishers, start putting out the fires on board. And there's a lot of them. Like someone has to go spray down Super Spy because he's on fire for some reason.
I'll be right back.
Oh, Super Spy.
Cal will
Gonk,
get the fire
gonk, gonk.
Cal will put up we'll put out Super Spy and he'll go, "Oh, don't pretend like fires are enough to hurt you."
Gonk.
I'm on to you.
I'm not great at fixing things, you guys.
Right. Cal will go through and try to set up fires using his. He can at least move through the ship fast.
God damn it, Sansa, stop.
Never.
Alright, so... I'm gonna make a big guess, since everything tastes like copper, my ears are ringing and the ship's half exploded. The more energy we put in, the more we get fucked by.
It is possible.
Here's my question, though. The field has been getting stronger and stronger ever since we've been resting in it, yes? So eventually, this will happen one way or the other.
Maybe? It could just be that it's getting to its peak ship fucking.
Not that I'm
Possibly.
advocating exactly to turn back on the ship systems.
I believe that as long as we are not moving, the systems don't really matter. It is
What happens
our...
if we just try a slow increase from thrust to sublight? If we do this very gently and carefully, will we come out of this in one piece?
The
And the
ship
moment
is
it looks like we're
severely
about to take,
damaged.
yeah, the moment it looks like we're about to take damage, we just shut it off.
At this point, it might be better to put on SOS. I'm not sure the ship, with the damage it's taken, can last for how long we'll have to wait.
You're kidding, right? You want to turn on an SOS ping when we're just asking to get exploded?
We don't know exactly what's going on.
So
And it's rather that or... Because we're in severely damaged, right? I'm
Yes.
taking
Yes,
that
you
much
are
possible.
one category away from being destroyed.
If we were to signal an SOS,
That's like putting a big space
the-
bullseye on our assholes.
As if...
I don't think
Actually.
we can aim this.
yes.
I think it's just big
Also, no,
whole sphere of fuck you.
no
This
offense, Lilac,
effect
but
is likely ever pervasive throughout the system and is most likely grounded every single ship including all of the Imperial ships.
also, with all due respect, I think flying in closer to investigate already planted said bullseye on us. At this point, we're on our last legs.
I was talking about away.
On the plus side, we are still drifting.
All right.
Once
So
again,
shall we try slow, careful rise, and then if it looks like we're about to take damage, we just cut the engines.
I believe we should take the time to attempt to fix some damage.
Our mechanic is dead. I don't know if you noticed.
Once again,
I don't know
Saban,
how to
ask,
fix fucking shit.
when you're at severe damage, what happens? Do you get like penalties? Is the ship going to explode in certain times?
So yeah, at severely damaged. Let's look up here. You're gonna take a -1 die code to everything, and I believe you're going to like barely be able to take actions at all. Let's see, severely damaged. In addition, roll on the Starship System damage table. We're not going to worry about that. So yeah, some of your systems are just not working at this point. It's kind of irrelevant which ones, as long as they're not life support.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, at heavily damaged, all of your die codes are reduced by 1d.
Heavily is different to severely. Are we down 2D?
No, you're just down 1d, and also your systems are
Some
fritzed.
systems are fucked. Alright, how does one repair a ship? Because I have no fucking idea what I'm doing.
Well, you're going to be rolling I believe, technical skill. So, who's got one of them?
You know what? You know who can tell us exactly what is broken?
Gonk.
You know what? Super
Donk.
Spy can
Super
indeed
Spy.
give us systems diagnosis.
Yeah, you are entirely correct. Super Spy. Let me tell you about Super Spy here. He's got fucking 5 dice in systems diagnosis. He can't help you fix it, but he can tell you what's wrong.
Alright, Super Spy,
That's
what the fuck is up with our ship?
That's a step in the right direction.
All right.
It's a step in any direction.
One of you, please roll me 1d6.
Sure.
Mm,
1.
mm.
Tell me
Excellent.
that's not our engines.
That's your engine.
Oh,
Fucking-
for fuck's sake!
Not the thrusters and not the hyperdrive, but the actual ion engines. Your impulse drive is now completely shot.
Fuck's sake, bro, that's the one we need to coast
So-
out of here.
So
We've
about
got
that note,
RCS and not hyperspace, and that's it.
The ship
Yes.
cannot move in normal space, aside from thrusters. No speed or maneuver rolls may be made at all.
Could not have been the guns.
No,
Why
your
wouldn't
options
we?
are ion drives, nav computer, hyperdrives, weapon systems, shields, or thrusters. It's a good thing
we
you didn't lose the
already did the
thrusters, or then you
navigation.
would have been fucked.
Alright, how do we fix it? What role is it?
Alright.
Starship
It
repair.
is going to be a starship repair roll, which is a
is a-
technical skill.
And the best of us is me with my 2D. We
I have a
are
whole 1D.
I don't know how to fix a starship.
So I'd
I
like
will
to
look at these
reiterate
damages.
from session 1 that the first person to roll sets the stage for everybody.
Oh, fuck off.
Why Scout?
Scout, why did you roll?
Because I knew it would be a 2. And I thought that would be funny.
Your
Good
rolls
luck,
in battle.
alright everyone, good luck rolling as well for how fucking dead we are in space. It was a fun game, Saban. I'm glad that you brought us to play Star Wars, you cunt.
Jesus.
Wow.
Dying,
answer
dying in
Y'all
space.
motherfuckers. Look, at least you're not starving to death in space, okay?
Thanks. Yeah, we've had a really good run of dying of starvation in space
So,
and then
look,
dying of our
okay.
engines dying in
Wait, I'm
space.
the only one.
You're
who's saving
still
it.
alive.
Okay,
So
look.
far.
Calm down.
Okay, look.
Okay.
Look, you keep. At this point, I think SOS is the only option we have because every other thing we try to do is. just
Okay. You can say. All right. Look. All right. It won't do anything.
It won't. It won't. But we could try. All right.
Like it literally won't do anything because even if anyone sees it, they can't go up to us because of the thing that's going on. How about we can get some extra? We can get some extra dice on the repairs by helping each other and taking our time. We don't have or not. We are not against the clock.
So, the way Starship Repair works is the first attempt takes 15 minutes. The second takes 1 day, then 2 days, then 4 days, etc., etc.
Basically,
Okay.
Each time you roll, you do pull into the total threshold. So I think it's total 20 target number to get out of severely damaged, so now you need to roll an 18 over the next 24 hours.
Also, you say we're not against the clock, but as far as I can tell, that gravity field is getting slowly stronger no matter what we do.
Well, we
Alright,
can't do
Ed,
anything
let-
without this. With
Okay, so the only assumption I can make...
Hold on. We need
Mhm.
to make a choice now.
Wait, let me at least explain
Either
the process.
look. Let me just lay out our options as we see them first. Then we can start arguing about which one we take. All right. Either we do an SOS, we submit ourselves to Imperial custody, we spend the rest of our lives in some shithole, or we take however long we can. We risk that thing blowing us out of the air, and we fix what we can fix. I don't see any other choices at this stage.
The only assumption I can make is that the field, if one is fast enough, coming and going, hopefully won't affect us. Hopefully won't affect the new ship coming in. That's the only thing I can assume, and it's not one that I have a lot of faith in. But I think it would be better than us fumbling the engines for a while, because I don't think we can actually aid another on that, can we?
So again, the way Aid Another works is you guys all roll at the same time, and then take the highest of the lot. So you don't give each other extra dice.
Look,
Oh.
we need 18 to get out of it, and the highest we have is 2D. We're not repairing the ships, or at least we're not getting out of severe condition. Actually,
But we have. Alright. Let's stop assuming that it's going to tear us apart by itself, because if we assume that, then we are fucked no matter what we do, kid.
Fair enough. I can at least agree with the thought process of no hope is not helpful.
Yeah.
But
I have 2 weeks worth of food myself. Cal, Lalesh, what supplies have you got packed?
let me see how much.
the ship currently has stocked consumables for 3 months.
Yeah.
Alright, 3 months.
I can slow down my metabolism using the force. But other than that, I can't eat much. I have
Slowing it
10
down by.
rations myself.
If we're here longer than 3 months, then it's game over.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there is very, very little chance that the Empire will keep this effect running for 3 months. This is an important system, and it exports a great deal of fuel for the Empire. They will not deprive themselves of this system's resources for an extended period of time.
Yeah. So here's what I think we do. We settle down. We keep the dame nice and quiet, so no one comes and finds us. We fix what we can, and once they turn this thing off, we jump out.
If we can, we'll need to try to. How, Saban, what's the DC for not getting out of severe damage, but like putting it into a state where it can be used?
It's 20, so 18 now that you've put 2 into it. That'll get you down 1 step. That'll be 15 to get down another step, then 10 to get down another step.
Ultra fucking hell. So we're not repairing the engines, is what you're telling me.
It's going to take you a while.
It is.
But as soon as we get out of severely, then our engines will work again, right?
Correct.
But if we don't have any more dice than 2 dice to throw at it, that's never going to happen.
No, that's
But
not how that
DCL
works.
Look, listen to Saban. It started at 20. We've got 2 so far. We've got 18 more to go, and we've got 3. We've got 3 months for me to roll 18 across many attempts at 2d6. It's fine.
I thought it was a set DC, not a cumulative.
No, the DC decreases with the number of your results.
And then it just takes longer. Okay.
Right, each attempt takes longer, but
Yeah.
right. So actually, Stark would be rolling 3D because he would probably want to take his time and double the so go up to 2 days to roll 3D and actually have a chance.
To do it in one shot.
Or Whoever rolled on the 15 minutes probably wanted to do that, but
All right, let's do that.
So, okay. How long is the second attempt? It's
so the second attempt is 1 day. So if you want to take your time, it's 2 days.
15 minutes to 1 day? That
Yep.
seems like a crazy jump. But okay.
What is it after 1 day? Like,
So
Can
1
you
day
lay
goes
out
to 2
the
days,
steps?
goes to 4 days, goes to 8 days.
It doubles each time.
Mm-hmm.
okay, I actually think, because I'm not going to roll straight sixes, we're probably actually going to be out of here faster if I just do the normal rolls rather than taking time.
Probably, honestly.
I
No
don't
one-
have enough dice to do it quickly. This is just a matter of...
If it's possible for multiple
Time
people to
management.
make the test and pick the higher, by the way, are we literally stuck on my 2 for 15 minutes instead of everyone taking a shot and grabbing their
Yes.
number? For fuck's sake.
This is not a game system where you want to just be like, I make the roll.
It's a thing where you want to talk about what you're going to do, I
Yes.
guess, first.
Well, we know what we're gonna do. Let's start making rolls.
Yeah, and if any of you have any better idea as to how we actually survive this, hit me up. I
This is-
don't want to be stuck here for however many months, but I don't know if we have... I
better
don't see any
option.
other way we get out.
Which is looking like a no. So,
Well, we have to get the engines going if we want to go anywhere. The only other option would be to use the RCS to get us to the moon.
Okay, so...
so it's rather repair the engines or go down to the moon base, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, let's try repairing the engine. Why not?
Okay, so let's all just say we are attempting to assist on this, so we can all roll and not be stuck with 1, 2. Okay?
Fair enough.
Okay.
This is a fair thing.
So everybody gathers around the engines and starts like trying to getting out the
Slapping
owner's
them with a
manuals.
wrench.
And yeah, go ahead and roll technical, everybody.
Wow. See, look.
It was worth saying that.
Yeah.
Cal is more competent.
Amazing.
This
All
is literally how it should not work at all.
Cal finds the
not
owner's
be like
manual
this.
and starts reading it. And so for the next day, he reads it, then makes slight progress. So you've gone down to 13. The next attempt will take 2 days.
Okay, and we haven't been torn to pieces by gravity?
No, the gravimetric readings appear to have stabilized at this point. You've seen no more explosions off in the distance, but you've also seen no ships coming or going from the system.
But the meter is still at a constant hum, so we can
Mhm.
assume the effect is still in place. Alright.
Yeah.
You know,
next
going
attempt.
to the base and trying to deactivate whatever is going on is looking more appealing by the second.
We need to have the Dame at least running enough that we'll be able to get away when we take it out.
Yes. At this point, we cannot make a getaway.
Going closer and finishing what's going finding out what's going wrong might be the smart choice after all.
Hey, Scout.
Yes.
Might want to change Load's name back.
Oh, I can do, sure.
Alright, so that's after 3 days and then 4 more to try to hit 6.
Yep.
Well,
Hey, the android does it. Alright, it took you what, 4 or 5, 6?
1 week.
Yeah, it took you an entire week of sitting in this cramped, tiny starship with progressively staler air, trying to fix the ship's engines that had almost torn themselves apart. But eventually, you upgrade yourselves from severely damaged
Too
to heavily damaged.
What's
So-
the DC to go from heavily damaged to not damaged?
It'll be 15. So what's it like for you guys on the ship for a week together? Like, what does that look like for everybody?
Cal is used to small, confined spaces with stank air, so he's pretty fine.
I would like to confront, while we are doing this, I would like to confront Cal on his decision to murder somebody.
Hmm.
Murder people. Murder is bad, Cal.
Are you talking about the Sith Acolyte?
And the soldiers.
The one soldier I didn't choose to murder. That was a mistake. The Sith Acolyte was the wisest choice.
Did you need to kill him? Did you not defeat him?
Yes, but do you think defeat would be enough to stop him?
It would have been enough to incapacitate him and allow us to escape. Perhaps if we had not killed the Sith Lord's apprentice, they may not have activated this trap to keep us from escaping.
No. Well, I admit that having kept him alive could have served as maybe a bargaining chip or a body shield, and we could have saved Ashaya. Other than that, I am sure that my choice was right. I only have a fraction of the Sith's true training, and even I know that defeat is as good as death, and that anybody who lets you live long enough to live in disgrace deserves to be killed.
But
would
it would not be your choice. It would be theirs. If they chose to kill him after his defeat, that's on them.
Like, say this situation.
Not on you.
But I understand where you're coming from, but let's take this situation for example. We assume that this is the Sith working, right?
Yes?
Had we killed the Acolyte, or had we left him alive, it would have all been the same. The point is that, at best, maybe the Sith Acolyte would have just come to hunt us down personally again, choosing a different battlefield to try to antagonize us once more. Feel like I'm not expressing the Sith code in quite accurate words.
It's a shitty code for shitty people, though, surely.
He would have tried to seek vengeance in order to redeem himself in the eyes of his lord?
That, or his lord would have just killed him and sought the vengeance herself or himself.
Maybe if we had defeated him a second time, we could have shown him that his way was bad and weak, and he would have given up.
Turning someone away from the dark side of the Force is never so easy.
What about you?
I could be said to never have gone down the path of the dark side in the first place. Like I said, I was taught to be an assassin, not a Sith. I feed off of other Force energies, not actually using my own. I still have not been taught the full ways of the dark side, and thus have not fallen towards it. Nor have I done the final test to become fully dark side. The point is that I am not really much of an outlier. I'm not fully trained Sith. But what I have learned, what I do know about the Sith, is that vengeance, hate, and spite is all they value. If one defeats you, you must do anything and everything in your power to kill them for such defeat. To say that you can leave a Sith alive and for that not to come back and bite you later is naivety at best and overconfidence at worst. And you can be guaranteed that once we find the Sith Lord who's behind everything, if the opportunity arises, because we are talking about a Sith Lord, I will kill them too, because otherwise we will know no rest or peace. Not even the Jedi who herald their peace and preach tranquility are going into this war sparing every Sith they come across. It's just not a feasible thing to do.
Still, it isn't the only option that we are faced with. I think that it is what they say, it is the easy way out.
The hard way out puts everybody else in danger. If it was just me, I would see your point. But after Ashaya, I don't want to let anybody else come in danger again. I refuse to let Sith live, so long as their codes enforce their hatred and vendetta means. I'm sorry, H1, but I can't agree with you on this. I'll make sure not to kill others, but the Sith Lords have to die. And anybody who follows in their footsteps.
I'm gonna put my hand on I'm gonna put one of my metal hands on Cal's head and give him head rubs. Well, I hope you don't turn out like they do, Cal.
I'll never let myself turn into the monster that they are. If anything, because my father was such a monster, I devoted every ounce of my energy, every ounce of my body to killing him.
Okay, that's all. I just wanted to have that conversation with Cal.
Cal will nod and wave H1 away and go back to trying to read the instructor manual, which is backwards.
It is upside down. I will put it right side up before I go.
Oh.
Oh, now it makes a lot more sense.
Technical of one.
Alright, so the week passes.
Week cometh.
Yeah.
Taketh away.
And nothing's happened to you so far. But when you get the engines online, you wonder if just doing this again is going to blow you up.
I would think it would.
The fear is there and ever apparent.
It's quite likely that it will.
So gravitational anomaly is still ongoing, yeah?
Alright.
Yes.
Lilash, remember that idea about going down? Oh, actually, it was H1. Alright, it seems like going down to the moon might not be the worst idea ever. Otherwise, we'll never escape this trap.
Unless it was possible to very slowly accelerate and just stop if it looks like it's gonna fucking destroy us. And then we can try the moon thing, because I really don't like the idea of climbing onto a Sith moon.
I mean,
You guys are fucking sweethearts,
Okay,
but Mama
wait,
needs to
Scout.
stretch her legs.
Didn't we initially try to go very slowly and then everything
Nah,
blew?
we just tried to just jump into sublight and get moving. I mean, like, build from thrusters to sub. But, you know,
To be
whatever.
fair, I
fuck.
remember exactly the moment we turned on our engines, everything blew up. So maybe, I don't know. That was how that happened, right, Saban?
I mean,
Like, we didn't even
it
get. You didn't even say.
doesn't matter.
Oh. What happens?
No, we're still talking about it, aren't
Oh.
we?
Yeah,
We aren't
you're
doing
still
it
talking
yet.
about it. You haven't blown yourselves up yet.
Oh, when you say it doesn't matter, I assume something is interrupting us.
No, I mean, it doesn't matter, like, whether you tried to go slowly or not. Like, I'll give you that one for free.
Because I'm pretty sure when we just turned on the engines, everything.
Alright,
So-
Saban, in my defense, I'm really bad at math.
It's fine.
So what I'm hearing is that
There
smart
are
About it.
2 options now.
Please don't click on my character sheet, as
There are
it
now
contains spoilers.
2 options. We can either continue to wait, or we can attempt to deactivate this effect ourselves.
it's been a week already. They're this tenacious, then they're not going to let us go.
Does that moon have a real atmosphere on it?
Yeah, so the moon used to be an inhabited world, a nice green little planet, but it got the worst of it during the war. It's been bombed out pretty severely. It still has an atmosphere, and there's still probably people living down there, but what once might have been a fairly nice civilization has been reduced to rubble and ash. It's perpetually night down there and almost nuclear winter.
If
Sounds
we-
like the perfect kind of Sith city. This is the legacy they always leave behind.
I think if we're gonna try to wait things out, we should use our navigation thrusters. Head down there, wait it out on the planet.
On the moon?
Yeah. Oh, yes, moon.
Right.
Been a long week.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
While we are down there, we could attempt to camouflage the ship with some surroundings.
And we might be able to get new supplies. Very least we'll get new goddamn air.
I feel as though we might have been able to accomplish some good salvage. Maybe get some parts that now are quite needed for the ship from the debris fields.
Well, we're not in the rush that we used to be. Might be worth it considering where part ways exploded, sure. Although I'm worried that any old other damage would also be to whatever other ships' engines. Shall we find out?
Let's not.
What do you mean, let's not?
If you're talking about turning, sorry, I was spacing out there. If you're talking about turning out back on the engines, I say no.
No, spacewalk.
Like in checking out some of these debris
Wreckages.
fields and seeing if there's anything we can scavenge to help fix the ship.
I mean, would he give us
Granted, our technical expert is also still dead.
Yeah, I was about to say, given
Look, if
that
it looks important and it's made of blinky lights, it's probably useful. Okay.
given that we're so technically unsavvy that we probably couldn't put anything we found to the use unless we were explicitly given a bonus, I will say no.
I wasn't paying attention because I messed up my character sheet a little bit. Where are you guys going now?
I think we're gonna go.
We haven't decided yet.
I'm
Ooh,
okay.
wait! I just thought of something.
yeah.
What if we? Well, okay. What if we check out one of these wreckages and it just so happens to contain a single living survivor still? Wink, wink.
Don't we have
What if-
scanners for that?
No, because our ship's on quiet again.
Oh yeah.
Someone who had been, say, holding out with some supplies still in the ship. They got really
you
lucky.
know what? Honestly, I'm okay with salvaging because even if we don't know what we're doing with it, we can at least grab shit that is expensive and useful.
So I'm gonna be.
I
Jack's
know at
character
least
and
enough. I know at least enough to recognize what is and isn't an engine.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
be Captain Buzzkill here, and say that if the ship's completely exploded, chances are, since we've been waiting a week and there's been no new explosions, all of the debris is probably floated way the fuck away from us.
Yeah, but Stray's
But we
character
aren't
needs an
still
in,
either.
and this is an easy in.
I think the easy in is going down to the moon. Actually, if we're talking out of character.
I mean,
Yeah.
possible.
I mean, if Saban wants to say we find debris, I won't debate it. I'm just saying. it
And
would
there's loads of debris. A ship exploded right near you guys. You can go
make, yeah, the
salvage
debris
that.
would have been. Yeah. All right.
It's just a question as to how dispersed it's gotten across a full week.
I mean,
I mean-
since you've waited the week, it's fairly dispersed, but there's still like a central mass that's congealed somewhere.
Yeah, should we take a look at that before we go on our little moon-based adventure? For all we know, we find ourselves a life support shuttle or like an extra engine. We don't know, have it start glue it to our other engine. It'll be fine. Let's go have a look.
There is little risk, but there's a potential for reward, and what could help us in the long run.
Let's go do the thing.
Actually, wait. We don't know the.
What do you mean? Wait.
Okay,
Let's
yeah,
go to
never mind,
Bliss.
never mind.
Squint.
Get your EVA suits.
I was thinking we don't know what that field does to people outside of a ship, but I figure if it's not fucking us up inside the ship, it might not do anything when we're outside of it.
Maybe it's like a space corset and it'll just lift and separate.
I mean, it seems to be mostly affecting, at least in my uneducated guess, machinery and energy. So
Yeah.
people are probably fine, right?
Whatever. Let's go find out.
Okay. So we'll leave H1 on here. We don't
Yeah,
want to
it's a-
risk you.
Yeah, I don't want
Cal
to
will
explain.
make the attempt first. He'll put on his suit and he'll try to see what happens if he goes outside.
Stray, sort your shit out. Jesus.
I really want to look and see
No,
what
go
this
No,
away.
fuck
no,
is.
don't.
Stop.
It's fine. It's just math is hard. Okay, let's see.
So does-
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now it's fixed. There you go.
Yeah,
Does
I
anything
just
bad
did.
happen? Does
Then
anything
maybe I
bad
added
happen?
wrong this time.
Yeah, I was gonna
Jesus.
say you don't want Saban helping you. He can't do maths.
Neither can I. He was.
Why do we have
The
two
blind
retards
lead the
working on it?
blind.
What
You
happened?
know what's a really good idea? Is getting the two innumerate people to do hard maths on a sheet.
What happened?
It's even the
Tame.
Yeah, they
simplest
can't
math.
count maths.
Fucking addition is just
They can't
crippling.
do it.
What happens when I go outside? Damn it!
You get eaten by a grill.
Alright, I mean, it is dark out there, it makes sense. We should have seen it coming. Should have taken a flashlight.
Right,
Okay,
but
seriously.
So is anyone other than Cal going outside?
He
No,
said he
Cal
wanted
said
to
he
go
would go off first to
specifically
see
first.
if there's any
I've
effect
probably
that
got him
happens.
on. I've probably EVA suited and like in the base so I can yank him back in if shit gets hairy.
Okay, so you're just going out to see if you get like torn apart by gravity or something.
Basically.
First, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Cal, you step outside. Once you're out of the ship's artificial gravity that you're used to, you feel an almost immediate like lurch and sink in your stomach, like you're on a world that's 3 times heavier than normal.
Oh, now's the perfect time to do your Saiyan training.
Hmm.
But once you adjust to that and kind of shake it off, it feels weird, but you don't feel like being crushed to death or anything.
Cal, is it okay out there?
It's more intense in an odd way, but I don't think it's immediately dangerous.
Okay, cool. I'm coming as well. Boop. And I
Wait,
just jump out the
Lilash,
leak
no.
doorway. Woo!
Alright, Lilash steps outside.
My brain comes out my ear holes. Alright, sweet. Let's grab something shiny, Cal.
I should probably go with them, actually. Having more than a single dice of knowing what anything is.
Oh, please. Mine's +1. 1d +1. Could be worse.
Alright, let's see. Let's take a look at the old skill list here. Do.
Unless this would actually be knowledge
It-
technology.
That is exactly what it would be. If you're just trying to look for valuable salvage, yeah, if you guys want to do a group technology roll.
Shit, yes.
I'll assist.
Okay.
Ah, my dice, though.
Excellent, Cal.
Knowledge is meant to be my jam.
Well, it is. I mean, compared to everyone else.
Yeah.
All right,
actually have
so
the
yeah,
highest.
you guys, if you want to spend a day salvaging the ship, you can get some valuable components to pawn off later.
Sure. Anything that we can put into our ship and possibly help take it from the severely to heavily stage. Sorry, the heavily to damaged stages.
Perhaps. Certainly, there might be some upgrades in there if any of you want to spend some skill points on the ship later.
And is there also, still a little pod that has maintained life support and might contain
A player
a
character.
stray floof?
No, because it's been 7 days. Anyone aboard a powerless ship would have just died.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, Stray's character died. You'll have to reroll.
Again.
Wah, wah,
Well,
wah.
it's worth a try. Maybe.
To be fair,
maybe there
Saban
was something.
asked me if I want to be found floating among the wreckage, and I was like,
Okay.
First
Well, I
of all,
thought-
it would have taken forever for you guys to find me, A, and B, that was just as forced as the first idea we had, so I didn't want to do that.
Fair enough.
Don't worry, I got a thing. I got a thing for you. Don't worry
all
about
right,
it.
all right. All right,
I
I guess
guess
our next thing
So
is to
let's go
onto
collect
the
our
moon.
finest Imperial prisoner. I mean, player character. I mean, let's go on the moon.
Alright, so one of you guys write down in party loot, Starship Salvage, parentheses 11, please.
You got this, Scout?
Yep.
Okay. Just need to check so we don't both try to do it and then everything explodes.
Why are they so sticky?
We both know why. We all know why. It's just best
Oh
not
my
to ask.
gosh.
Aww.
What happened? Why are you awing?
Nothing.
Husky kisses.
Okay, that's adorable.
Tasha loves licking hands, but they do come off all sticky afterwards.
She also likes to lick feet, so
Yes, she
make sure
does.
that your carpet's regularly cleaned, or you're gonna have very furry toes.
She also likes just staring at you with a very happy look on her face while her rancid fart slowly creeps towards you.
She does, like,
She also just
really.
likes to look surprised all the time.
This afternoon while I was sitting at my desk writing for work, Tasha just had her head rested in my lap between my legs, just looking up at me with this big smile. Just
And then
hung out there for like 10 minutes. Just, I love you, Papa.
Aww.
You're such a
then
little
the fart
sweetie.
came.
Adorable.
Alright, anyway, for the moment, once you have your salvage loaded up, mark another day off the life support manifest. And yeah, what do?
To the moon, I guess. It's time for us to go blow up an ancient or an evil Imperial starship killing device.
Minus what? Fucking 8 days.
Okay.
I put it underneath. With,
Ah.
Got them. We can have consumables just listed as our maximum, and the square under we can use for current.
Sure, sure.
So, I assume you guys are going to be using the thrusters to get to the moon.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so mark off another day, because you've been drifting for a week, and it takes a little while to get there. But the good news is that there's no Imperial patrols out. There's no ships in orbit. Nothing to really
They can't
interfere with
fucking
you.
get off their fucking moon.
Yeah. So, you have no problems whatsoever coasting down through the atmosphere. Your shields take a beating because your ship's still in such a shit condition. Some hull plates fly off, and it's a little touch and go for a minute. But you manage to make landfall. Now, where do you want to set down? You know that there's an Imperial station somewhere here, but most of the moon appears to be like blasted cities intermixed with some large open areas of like fields and farms that are more or less untouched by the massive blast craters. You know, no one's going to be bombing farms in a war.
Anything come up with atmosphere if it's given a quick ping?
Yeah, if one of you guys wants to make a computer's roll to ping the sensors.
No, I don't want to do that.
I'm computers. That's technical, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can give it a try with 2D. Actually, can I take longer to get a mighty 3 dice?
Yeah, sure. It's just a matter of a minute or so, so no real penalty for doing your taking your time.
Target number here.
It'll be open-ended, so the better you get, the more you learn. Okay, well. That sure is a number.
Yeah.
So you can see that the atmosphere is still breathable, though there's still some bits of background radiation and unpleasantness from the orbital bombardment. And there's no health risk for being down here on the surface for a few days, for sure. There are definitely life signs all over the moon, both animal and humanoid. Most of the humanoid life signs are gathered in the cities, probably scraping together what life they can off what's left behind by the war. You find on the sensors a large, wide open area, some distance away from what you suspect might be the Sith base. A huge, complex way out in a mesa. Maybe this area you're looking at was a farm at some point. It certainly has that sort of squarish pattern to it. And you detect only one life sign in the region, so you aren't looking at any sort of major threats.
Humanoid or animal?
It's hard to tell with all the radiation, but it's a large enough to be a humanoid for sure.
As if one Sith wouldn't be much of a threat. I'm gonna keep on guard, just knowing that there's at least somebody out there until we figure out who they are.
I'm just gonna play it coasted by ear after like just a week of being just trussed up in the fucking ship or however long it is. Unless it's just like we need to do things, stuff. I'm a being made for dynamism.
Wait, you, you didn't have a rough time of it inside, did you? It was only a week.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I like being stuck in a ship, a floating coffin for a week with no way of resolving any of our problems and hopefully being able to get out of space. I've never had an issue with that ever.
My father would trust me up into an isolation chamber for months on end as part of training.
Sure, my family wouldn't do that though because they were pieces of shit.
Fair enough.
I think Lilith needs to go for a ride on her swoop bike.
Yes, I do. I need to go into I need to go into a place. I don't even care if it's some kind of imperial death prison, as long as I can take a blaster with me.
Before any of that, we're going to check out that life sign. I want to know exactly who we're sharing this planet with.
Yes, that's fine. And if it's an asshole, we fucking get him. Bam. And if it's not, we pick him up and, I don't know, trust him down for favors, and then we go blow up an evil ship-killing device, and then we have ourselves an escape, and then we have money, and we get to retire rich.
I need to remember that you're drunk right now.
I'm not drunk. You're drunk.
But everyone else knew that was a lie.
Maybe next time I won't buy you a couple of months worth of drinks all at once. Seems like a bad idea.
Oh no, before the actual game started, I was like, I'm gonna be actually toasted, and then just made myself a cup of Ovaltine instead. I was like, we'll just sober up and just have a hot drink that isn't full of alcohol.
Doesn't seem to have worked.
Not massively, but we're getting there.
Stray, I can't fucking send alcohol over US Amazon. It's not a thing, at least as far as I've seen.
No, it's not.
Yeah, US Amazon fucking blows. You can't get tobacco or alcohol there.
Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
It's true.
Also, given, where you're living and the crazy rules there, it wouldn't be possible to send it to you anyway.
You should send Stray a fleshlight and just see how that goes. I think it'll be great.
Why did you buy our child a weird thermos?
Anyway, let's carry on. Sorry.
Sure, you think your mail doesn't get opened. They've already mastered managing to use an ironing board to reseal all the letters with the glue.
Alright. So yeah, the ship makes landfall on this vast area of farmland in the shadow of the installation's mesa off in the distance. This big dome-like structure casting long shadows across what might have once been a verdant farm, now a dusty wasteland. Ship sets down and its landing struts sink into the soil. It still has some rain here, apparently, enough to leave the ground at least somewhat moist. It's not as parched as you might have feared, but nothing's growing here, that's for sure. Everything that might have grown once is long gone.
Oh, what a lovely place.
Yeah. Might have been once, but the Sith sure took care of that. So the group steps outside. Lilash, are you taking your swoop bike?
Yeah, swoop seems like a good idea.
Alright, so as you're unloading the bike, a towering, broad-shouldered, armored figure in Republic battle plate with a rifle and sword stomps out.
Well, at least they have Republican armor. That's a good
No,
first step.
that's Starrick.
Oh. Oh! I didn't read the little icon thing.
Yeah, that's a companion.
It sure looks like a stranger, but
No, I wouldn't have seen that armor before.
Yeah. No, I got my protective vest in place. Got on a little swooping helmet. Got my blaster.
alright. So let's transition over to a different point of view for a moment. Ivy,
What?
hi. How's it going?
You exist.
I mean, it's going pretty great. I'm having fun.
Yeah. It was going pretty great until a little over a week ago. This horrible mass shadow generator seemed to turn on, and gee, all the starship activity in the system just up and died. Literally, in a lot of cases, you realize. You weren't entirely aware of what was going on here, but, well, you're grounded now, and all of a sudden, a ship has finally landed on this godforsaken moon. Right across from the old farmhouse you've been taking shelter in.
Huh.
A group of people are disembarking. One of them seems to be a Republic commando, all kitted up in battle plate, rifle and sword at hand, and another seems to be a Jedi of some sort, a tiny little cat person with a lightsaber on his belt, and another is unloading a bike of some sort. Maybe it's a commando group from the Republic. Who knows?
What a hilariously eclectic group. And no, they wouldn't be a commando unit. More of them would be decked out in armor, and there'd be a lot of yelling and saluting. Well, less yelling, more just saluting. You seen those plastic boys?
Well, you've seen plenty of them, but not a whole lot lately. The Sith might have been all over this moon once, but they've been cooped up in their facility for a while. You haven't seen a lot of comings or goings from there since you've been trapped down in this, let's call it a safe house. It's basically what it's become while you're trapped here.
Well, that's one thing at least. There might be transport off of this rock after all. I was afraid I'd have to, actually go and have to do work to get off. Ugh. Alright. So, I'm in, like, the farmstead?
Yeah. Maybe 100 yards from where the ship has made landfall.
Alright. Hang on, I need to turn something down. I'm just going to, do my best to look presentable. Put on my, nice, pristine white, medical coat. And,
Your medical coke, huh?
yeah, my medical coat cloak.
Alright, so you too went to the medical school.
Alright. And, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just going to, open the door, step out onto the porch, and, lean against one of the supports and call out, I wouldn't take another step to the right if I were you. I mind that area.
Everyone turns.
Yeah, so what do they see leaning against this porch beam?
Let me remember who's all here. I think that at the very least, they're not too incredibly common, But I assume the Republic Commando and the young Sith boy would recognize a Sith pureblood when they see one.
Oh, wait, a pureblood?
Yeah, I'm gonna be reacting with aiming the blaster rifle.
Wait, Cal will actually stop after you and go like, "That's a do you know what that is?"
This is the Xeno specialist is just gonna put up a hand and act natural. Hey there, what's going on?
Oh, this used to be a rather nice area. And then people started playing with toys they shouldn't. That was all.
Cal squints his eyes. Does he see a lightsaber on him anywhere? Or even robes? In fact, is this person in armor?
Nope. She is just wearing a bodysuit. It looked like she got poured in, and what appears to be a medical long shirt over it.
Oh yeah, you said you have a sword, right? So that's obviously
No.
No,
Oh.
no, I
You're
was
mixing me up with her.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
I do not appear to be armed at all.
Oh, even worse. They're that confident they might be incredibly strong in the Force.
I give Cal a noogie. And like sat on this swoop, it started like doing its little like levitation thing and just like using it as a weight support to lean over. Cal, relax.
What? I am relaxed.
No, you're not.
I haven't pulled out my lightsaber.
You know what? You know what? I'll give you that. You did not pull out your lightsaber, but also you're assuming she's super dangerous just because she happens to belong to a race of nature's greatest monsters. But that's just racist.
Alright, who are you?
Well, shouting is very exhausting. You might want to come closer, but use the path. Everything else is either booby-trapped or mined.
Cal arch eyebrow.
Wasn't actually my idea, actually. I only placed a couple of mines where you are. The rest of it was just here.
Fair enough. And yeah, like if someone wants to ride bitch saddle, I'll swoop over.
No, fucking don't use a swoop bike.
You're not riding bitch on my bike.
No, I would actually suggest you get off. She said the path was dangerous.
Yeah. The path was the safe bit that she said. Everywhere else was mined and dead. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll swoop on over.
I mean, how wide is the safe path? Is the question.
I mean, there's an entire trail to the house.
How wide is the trail? Because when you say trail, I think walking path, not
My
swoop.
God.
Oh, come on, a swoop flies anyway. It's not like I can trigger a landmine on it. I'll force Cal to ride bitch if I have to, but I'm going over there on the bike.
And then
Repulsor fields can absolutely trigger.
You're right, they can. But there's no difference between me being on a repulsor
It's like
or
a
being on foot.
driveway, for
Yeah.
God's sake.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
if
just gonna go up the driveway.
it's easier to walk through a fucking minefield on foot, I assume. Though more dangerous than a fucking vehicle is what I was saying.
Whatever. I scoot over.
If there's a wide enough path, then yeah, fine. I'll ride bitch.
Sweet.
Welcome to this horrendous dust bowl. I am Dr. Aveadwa Veltram, but everyone calls me Ivy.
Who constitutes everyone? Oh, also I'm Lalesh. Pleased to meet you.
A pleasure.
Come on, Cal. I'll give him like a little elbow.
Cal will get off and go, "You realize what I am?"
I will ask the DM. Do I actually know?
I mean, he's a Cathar.
Well, you appear to be. Well, yeah. Well, you appear to be a Cathar, and other than that, you appear to be either a Force user or someone masquerading as one, given with the robes, the lightsaber.
Don't forget the edgy scars, but he's a sweetie, really.
Sorry, my dad burned off half my face. God.
See? That's what makes them edgy, but you're a sweetie anyway.
But no, Cal will nod his head and so you generalize with Force user. Do you realize what you are?
I do indeed. At least from what my parents constantly droned on about. I am a Sith pureblood.
Okay, so saving out of character. Sith purebloods, extinct or just rare?
Neither.
No,
The acolyte was a Sith pureblood.
oh yeah, but wasn't that like a big fucking deal?
No.
I mean, he's a big dick OG because law racial
was an infiltrate.
hierarchy. He's
Yeah,
the
no,
equivalent
that's
of
what I'm
like an
talking-
Aryan in the Nazi Empire, right?
Yeah, are we talking about the time where
Husky kisses! Hello!
are we talking about the
work,
time where
Husky kisses.
are we
Oh
talking
god, it's
about
in my
right
lap
now
and
they're
it's
lost.
wet! Oh god, no!
As I understand it, they are a rare but existent racial elite. There are relatively few of them compared to humans, but they're fair enough that most people in the Empire at least will have seen them.
wait,
In the Sith Empire, about 10% of Imperials are Sith pureblood, and of them, nearly every single one is a Force sensitive.
I didn't think the Sith were-
Because Sith, the original race, if we're gonna, just really quick, Sith, the original race couldn't interbreed with other races until the Dark Jedi came to Korriban and did some Sith alchemy and interbred with them, creating
we
the
talking
Sith
about-
pureblood.
Yeah, we're talking. Oh, wait, we're not talking about.
We're
the
in the
original-
we're in the Tor era, remember?
No,
Yeah.
are we talking about the original Redskin Sith, as in the
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Saban,
yeah.
will you do me a solid and just blow up my character art then?
Yeah,
So
sure.
we can actually see
Yeah, I
what
thought
look like.
I thought in the Tor era they were pretty much phased out and non-existent.
No, there are still fucking
Check out
tons.
this hottie.
She's
Oh,
very
man.
cute.
Then I guess I retcon a lot of my shit since I was under the assumption that Sith purebloods were nearly extinct at this point in time.
No, they don't come extinct for another like 400, 500 years.
Because I mean,
They are a minority, though.
because the whole thing was like the Sith purebloods were basically second-class citizens to the Dark Jedi.
No, they
and then
were
the
not.
Fucking yeah, they were. The Dark Jedi came and they pretty much enslaved the Sith purebloods, and then
They really didn't know. That's the Masasi.
no, that's what they did. I read.
Purebloods they interbred with.
Yeah, they interbred with them after enslaving them because the Sith purebloods, no, the original Sith were like a caveman-like race that hailed the Dark Jedi as gods when they came down from their starships. Literally just read this in like the Sith code book, like not even a few months ago. The whole thing is that they got enslaved.
Right.
And,
These Sith purebloods are the people that were born from that crossbreeding.
okay.
And in the Empire, they to be a Sith pureblood is to be the upper echelons of Sith society.
Well, to be a Sith born of the mixture is to be a
Yes,
Sith
but
pureblood.
that is called being a Sith pureblood.
Here you go. These
Yeah,
are the
that's-
ones you are thinking of, dude. The Masasi. They are slightly different. They're
Yes.
like the progenitors, and they were the barbarian warriors.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was. That was.
Those
how I
are the ones you're thinking of. Sith
That's-
purebloods are the result of breeding your proud Aryan Sith species.
Which is
Yeah.
fucking confusing because you would assume the pure bloods being pure are the original.
Yeah,
Okay,
But yes,
Just
I was
naming.
wrong. So
It's
can
cool.
retcon a lot of my reactions. I assumed that you were like the caveman race, which I assume at this point are very rare.
There are like 10 of them at all during the Tor era of Masasi left. Most
Yeah,
of them
see,
have been
that's-
turned into statues and shit.
That's more sounding
and
like accurate.
okay, and Sith purebloods, you would know because it was part of Sith culture. Pretty much every Sith pureblood gets a fast track to the upper echelons of Sith society. That's
Which is
they're
why
rich, they're
I-
rich white people in a rich white people's world.
Which is now why I'm kind of itching to take out my lightsaber and kill you. But you don't know that.
Yeah, there's a reason my first
So can
reaction
we-
was blaster rifle aiming.
So can we please move on from this tangent now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, no,
Lalesh is playing it 100% cool.
we go on tangents all the time.
We do. Yeah, name's Lalesh. So, what brings you to this inhospitable, arid rock in the middle of fuck nowhere?
Well, it used to be less so a couple of years back. I served as a doctor to the people here.
A doctor?
Served my methods well. Ah, yes. I'm afraid that to my family's eternal shame, I have no connection to the Force.
Ooh, that, if I remember rightly, is a pretty big fucking deal for the purebloods.
Indeed.
I'd say condolences, but also it's a good thing, otherwise you'd probably be a massive dickhead.
Ah, you
Cal
know.
arcs a brow.
What? Like, look
So,
over at Cal. Come on. You're an outlying Cathar because you happen to actually be a Sith.
so I spent my energies elsewhere. I pursued medical science. I've done quite well, but now it appears that I'm stranded on a planet because a bunch of, I guess, given that you travel with a big old Republic commando, you would call them my contemporaries, even though that's not strictly true. They've decided to play with technology again. Oh man, that always just works out so well for everyone.
So you're a doctor,
Indeed.
and you wish to have friendly relationships with us in our group?
Well, more like I would be willing to barter passage off of this planet. I do not want to be stuck here any longer.
Then let me do one thing.
What's the thing, Cal?
I want to search him. Search her.
Come on. She's wearing a skin-tight suit, dude. You just want to get hands-on.
I don't have to search in places where she obviously can't be hiding something.
Well, I don't know, actually. Those are the internal ones. They're the easiest place to hide things.
Is it literally like she has no backpack, just a skin-tight suit?
I mean, she's just got a bodysuit she was poured into and a coat.
Alright, then just let me search the coat. I don't need to be hands-on your body for that.
Okay. Knock yourself out, little kitty.
Make noises, it'll make him feel weird.
I squint. What?
Nothing?
Right. We can just search the coat.
Alright. You find a med pack and medicinal supplies.
Find jazz cigarettes.
Cal will
And
nod.
medicinal,
put the
I
stuff
swear,
back
for my
in, hand it
glaucoma.
back. Alright. It seems like you're telling the truth, at least to the most part. I don't see any lightsaber, and you don't seem to be like a Sith.
Well, if I was, you could surely sense it. At least, that's what my little sister always said.
I could, but the Sith are clever and sneaky. You can never tell at face value unless they want you to know.
Ah, yes, the sneaky doomy Sith. Ooh. She'll wiggle her fingers. Better watch out or I'll stab you in the back with a red saber.
Oh, come on, don't even joke about it. He takes that shit very seriously.
I do take that stuff very seriously.
Like every single Sith I've ever met. Very boring.
To be fair, I'd be just as concerned about getting stabbed through the, like, important meaty bits with a big lightsaber, but you seem okay.
Speaking of which...
If I wanted to kill you, I'd just give you an overdose of potassium.
What do potatoes have to do with anything?
I would ask that question.
Potatoes? Oh. We're guys,
said
we're busy.
But, okay.
Well,
The fuck has potassium got to do with anything?
Oh,
moving
you know when you hear about nurses killing people, like in hospitals?
No.
When they
No.
do that,
No, I
it's-
don't. I don't hear about that
No.
at all.
I've never heard of that. I thought medical people were supposed to be trusty. Is that what happened with Isaiah?
Have you ever been to Nar Shaddaa?
Those aren't medical people. Those are quacks, and they're assholes. You can't trust a single one of them. They'll steal your kidney and kill you.
I have to agree with Lilash's assessment. Nashadar is rather infamous.
Those aren't doctors. Those are quacks. They're different. They're different people, right?
Either way, to bring it back on point, even if we want to give you safe passage off the planet, we can't do so currently. There's some sort of field keeping us out from getting off of it. That's in fact why we're here, to investigate and figure out what exactly is going on. Do you have anything to do with that?
Hang on, I've got to ask a question.
Ask away.
Not to you.
Okay, I'm stop.
What is that, the Spanish flea?
What?
I am a little Spanish flea.
Floor pans, stuff like that.
That's not a noise I like hearing Saven make. It
No, it's
usually spells doom.
just a terrible, terrible sign.
No, the noise I make that spells doom is, oh.
Well, that's what that does.
Yeah,
That's
that's
a
the
horror.
doom sound.
I hate that. That phrase
Oh.
terrifies
That's always
me.
the sound of Saban not realizing that he built an encounter that is twice as deadly as than he thought originally.
Yeah.
You make many noises that signal various stages of doom. That's,
This is low
doom.
level doom. To answer your question, Stray, yeah, that seems reasonable.
Well, I happen to have some knowledge of how to enter this facility undetected. Hmm, I happen to be friends with one of the people who laid some of the groundwork. Amazing that the Sith didn't kill him after they built anything. I suppose they finally learned that having a good contractor alive is actually more beneficial.
Undetected, you say? As in there's people to avoid detection from.
It's a Sith military base, little kitty.
That's what we assume, though, to be honest, it would have been good fortune to find just some strange machine guarded by no one. But that's pure raw optimism talking.
Yeah, no, I don't think we haven't earned a break like that in like ages.
So, you say you can get us in undetected. Now, here comes the obvious question of how can we trust you?
Why, you very much cannot. And I would very much encourage you not to. Trusting people is, dangerous. Especially when you just meet a stranger on a planet from a race known for double-crossing and backstabbing. But your alternative is wandering this planet trying to infiltrate one of the most heavily guarded places within this sector. And I genuinely want off this planet. And after all, if I lead you there, I promise to stay in front, so if there's a double cross, you can kill me first.
I want you close to me if that's the case. But
Dude, Cal, keep it in your pants.
I don't understand what you're getting at.
I'm saying that you want to have intercourse with her because she's attractive.
Alright, Lilesh, tone it back a bit.
But
He's just a kid.
He needs to learn. Is he actually, though? I feel like he's just sheltered.
I blink. Moving on back to
Yeah,
pressing
sure.
matters. We'll scout out the least thing outside of the military base. If it's as heavily guarded as you say, then taking the chance on you might not be so bad. And if it is a wrong choice, then you can be assured I will kill you before you get a chance to live. To get a chance to regret such backstabbing.
You want to go with imprison instead? Like, imprison seems like a good place to start instead of the outright murder threat.
How very Sith code of you, kid. Well,
If they've been willing to blow up any ship that's reached inside this access, there's no way they're going to just take us prisoners. Why waste the resource and time?
Because we're better than them. Well, anyway.
Well, you lot have fun exploring the outskirts. I'll be here when you find that it's nigh impregnable.
Oh no, you're coming with us.
If you wish.
Yeah. Maybe, that kid didn't make it clear. We're willing to take your offer, we just want to, have a look first off. Not go in right away.
Just don't get too close and start waggling your little sword around. I'd really hate to be shot down by the turbo batteries.
I'm gonna look down at my swoop. One day, Swoopy Junior, we can ride.
But not today.
Not tonight. I'm gonna sadly putt it back to the ship. So we
Actually,
go
that's a good point. If we're going in under the suspicion of a military base, going in on a swoop bike is probably a really bad idea.
No, exactly. So she's just like returning on the swoop bike, like, oh.
I was just saying, I probably should have been more adamant about you putting that thing away.
Oh no, she was just gonna take it over to Rando.
Or actually, for a scouting run, it might be a good idea. Like, that could actually move fast enough to avoid turbo lasers.
I mean, yeah, but we're trying to avoid detection first, right? Because, look, it's like, even if the swoop bike avoids the lasers, We can't get off the planet, so then it's just a matter of, hey, we know there's somebody here. Now we're going to be on high alert to hunt them down.
Fair.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll put back Swoopy Jr. I was just curious in case, it turned out to be a devilish trap, and then I wanted to be the person moving really quickly. And then I just go put back to the ship and park it. I'll let H1 know that we've made a potential new ally.
Ally until proven otherwise, I suppose.
I use the word potential. Potential's a safe word.
New friends are hard to trust. It took me a while before I even considered you an ally, Lilash. And you were always nice to me, and honest, and never betrayed me once.
I'm like thinking back to all the times I used you as like a gambling bet or like my own personal miniature Wookiee. I'm like, yeah, no, I treated you real good.
Exactly. And it still took you a while to gain my trust. Think of it as just a precaution. I won't fault you for being friendly, but we do need to be wary. This is a Sith pureblood on a strange planet that we've just met. She speaks ration, but that's no reason to go trusting her so immediately.
Yeah. Also, strange moon. We're on a strange moon, Cal. Gotta get the distinction right. Or at least I have to, for documentation purposes, usually have to... Do you know how often they would return reports back on investigations on planets because I refer to them as planets instead of moons? It's turned into a personal peeve, but that's besides the point.
Damn it, I forgot.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, hold. One sec. I just want to check something. Kina.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So I haven't heard anything from you for so long. I was starting to think maybe you were muted by accident or something.
No.
Moo.
So, if we are to undertake this venture, do you mind if I at least take some supplies with me? Like, put on my vest and take a holdout blaster? Or are you afraid of me and my tiny little pistol?
Alright. Yeah.
Well, if a holdout blaster...
Take this. If you're gonna try to fuck us, we're gonna be able to kill you one way or another. If not, and we get into something dangerous, you'll need better than a holdout. And I'll just offer my blaster pistol.
Alright. Saven, is his blaster pistol any better than my holdout blaster?
Yes, it does a whole extra D of damage.
Well, I'm going to very slowly go back in the house and put on my vest if you don't mind.
I'm going to follow you.
Gonna lean up to Starrick once I've got the bike parked.
As long as you're just...
Cows are flirting with her.
As long as you're just getting supplies, that's fine, but I don't want you alerting anybody back at the base of our presence. You could be a scout.
Lilash, I'm gonna be honest. You're projecting.
I just wanted to find someone.
You can go ahead and fucking flirt with her yourself. Just stop trying to make it seem like a kid's flirting when he ain't.
I might later, but it's more like... Cal's a very uptight guy. I would kind of like him to get some smash.
Yeah, well... It'll happen when it actually happens.
Actually, that's a
not
good
just when you think it's going to.
Actually, good point. When Cal follows Ivy to go get her supplies, and Cal will actually ask, so you're really trying to get out of this installment and away from the Sith?
I'm just trying to get off this planet. Sith, Jedi, Republic, Empire doesn't really mean much to me. In the grand scheme of things, it's just thrusts and riposts back and forth throughout time. Have you ever read history? This is like the third time this happened.
So you're saying that you don't have any loyalty to the Empire?
I simply do not care too much.
Strange. Not unwelcome, just strange.
To me, Doesn't really matter. They will continue doing what they're doing, and they'll win or they won't.
Well, after that, Kyle doesn't have much to add or say. We'll just watch to make sure she doesn't pull anything fishy.
All right. So she's gonna pull on a vest and then very slowly pick up a belt with the holdout blaster on it, and put the blaster aside, and then put Star X blaster in. Well, it won't exactly fit in the holster, but it's better than nothing. And we'll buckle on the belt.
Right. Then we head back and meet with the group. All right, we are ready for adventures. By the way, are we taking H1? I feel like we should take H1.
I don't see any reason not to.
We're taking you H1.
Is H1 okay with being taken, though? We should get consent. It's important.
I go where Lilith tells me to go.
We're taking you H1.
Very well.
Yeah, let's go on a little old scouting adventure. Bring your biggest, explodiest blaster.
I will bring my bowcaster.
Yes.
I was
the
about to say
bowcaster.
bring your boomstick, but then you actually did.
Yeah. Yeah, she's got a bowcaster. It's dope.
And I also
Like,
bring
legitimately, I don't know what chips I crammed into H1, but I'm fairly sure at least a third of them were assassination protocols.
It's fine. That would be illegal.
Well,
Sure, but when have I done anything illegal? Except for purchase Super Spy. He's the only legitimately legal thing anything Lelesh owns, actually.
I will.
Gong.
H1 will go back to the ship and will grab her stuff. She will put on get her a combat vest, just to help protect her just a little bit more. Will sling a bowcaster, get a blaster, and strap some grenades to herself, and then she will come back out, and then she will hold up her gun. Let's kill.
Whoa,
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to
missions.
killing.
Scouting
You're
mission
projecting again.
First,
If we
find
come
them.
across any Imperials, I will be more than happy to eliminate them.
Wait,
Awesome.
H1. First we find them, and then we kill them. There's a process.
so in any
Right, we
event,
have to find targets before we can destroy them.
I'm sorry.
weeks and weeks of sitting in the local bar and watching the patrols have gone by have given me a familiarity with their routines. We should be able to slip in, just so I can show you how impossible it is knocking on the front door. Shall we go?
Yeah, let's do the thing.
We're doing the thing.
Alright. So our closing shot is on the party marching towards this Sith base on the horizon. And I guess between this week and next, or I guess the week after next, I'll whip us up a map of the base and we'll do some scouting, maybe some infiltrating. Be a good time.
Yeah.
For now, though, since you guys spent a week in orbit, everyone who isn't Ivy can spend their 6 skill points, and everybody, including Ivy, is going to get some more skill points, since that's the end of the Elorian arc, such as it is, and we're moving on to the moon.
Yes.
So
We
let's
escaped
hand out some skill
and
points.
moved on to a next section.
Sure. Are there any more skill points being handed out for this adventure? Or is
Yes.
that it? Ooh,
He just
yay.
said yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry, Brain.
So let's see. Did the crew succeed on their objectives and overcome most of the challenges they faced? I
Say maybe?
Maybe. A
I feel
strong
like
maybe.
you guys were on the low end of this one with almost blowing yourselves up, and yeah. I'm gonna give you 2 for that.
We did escape. Yeah, we escaped very well, but we didn't really stick our landing.
Yeah, that's a good analogy.
I mean, in all fairness, with the grav field, considering how we had such a limited,
We did get all 6. We did get all of the probes set up though. So
We aborted the last one. We got
We
5
didn't.
out of 6.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we did. We got 5 out of 6 on the groups.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, we did. It was the last one we
Yes,
did.
They all pulled in the moment they thought we were going to die in space. In the end, I mean, we did spend a week floating on the spot, so we probably could have dumped it out during at any point in that
But-
time.
Wait.
We already... Here's what we did. You detected the anomaly. We decided it's probably going to squish us outside of ship. We shoved it off half programmed and half finished and came back inside.
Oh.
Right, that was it. It did actually get pushed out as well, so we wouldn't have gotten a chance to go back to the job. Okay, cool. Fair enough.
All right. So 2 for performance, 1 for teamwork. You guys definitely worked together getting the ship repaired and all that. And you did a good job as a team fighting off those fighters.
Did we? I feel like it was basically H1 carrying us.
Yeah, but you guys were suppressing the fighters the whole time, so...
At least the first round, we made it harder for them to catch up to us. After that, when they
After
started...
our dice, Jesus.
Yeah. After that, when we started doing their movement rolls first, you and I
Yeah.
basically didn't matter.
We
But,
couldn't.
you
We
know.
could actually meet the target number on our best day. So guess how I'm spending my skill points? Jesus.
Yeah,
like
actually
the
getting
ability
gunnery.
to actually hit things in space seems wildly out of.
Well, that's one of the
Control?
things Saban was talking about in the house rules.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a list of like house rules, and one of them is definitely going to be switching over to 2nd edition style difficulty
I
numbers
mean-
for combat.
Well,
It was
for
kinda
now,
like-
let's finish XP. We can talk about that afterwards, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3 so far. So that's for everyone. You can mark down your 3. And now, personal contribution. I think H1's going to get that one for getting everybody out of the tight spot there.
Yeah.
So you can have an extra SP.
Yay.
Did we do that for on planet though?
I don't remember how this works.
H1's getting a bonus skill point, and everyone else got 3. And that includes you, Ivy. And now for embodiment, did you play your character according to their personality traits? Did you call on your connections or make new ones and push towards your objectives? Would anyone like to nominate themselves or anyone else for this?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think. Lil Ash has progressed herself in any way. She's still the same old Lil Ash as ever.
Okay.
I want revenge
I-
now.
I don't know. I mean, I did push to have a conversation with Cal over the morality of his actions.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
I think H1 deserves another.
I'll give one to H1 and Cal, since Cal defended his position quite eloquently.
True.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Cool. Oh boy, I have enough to buy 1D of a new skill.
Nice. It gets cheaper after that, though,
We-
for Riley, right?
We still
Once I
can't
buy this-
yet. We haven't been on the journey.
So you can spend from those 6 skill points
Okay, so I can still
from your
spend
week spent journeying about 1,000 meters in space, just
So
rolling in a circle.
Does how
Hmm.
do skill points work? Is my question.
There's a
S-
handout.
Yeah, there's a handout that should say, if you scroll down on it, using skill points, which basically means you spend SP equal to your current die code to put a +1 next to a skill, then again to put a +2, and then a third time to get +1D instead.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's kind of like earning fate points in a way.
So, for example, let me just make sure I have this right. My dodge is 2D. If I wanted to get it to 3D, I would have to spend 6 points.
Correct.
Which means getting skills up is
So-
exponentially harder.
Yeah, so it's kind of like XP as well, where if I were to spend an amount of points, do I get a permanent bonus? is my question. Or do you spend it like I spend a skill point to get a temporary bonus?
No, you do not
plus one
spend
die?
skill points to get temporary bonuses. They are exclusively for
Oh.
permanent advancements.
Okay, that was my question.
Okay, so Stray, what can your
Alternatively, we can spend also our skill points on the ship.
Yes. And because she's a droid, anyone can spend their skill points on H1. So, if you all want to sink all of your points into making Kina a monster,
I'm
That's-
saving mine
that's
since
what
force
you
points
do.
are expensive.
I'm
But-
gonna be honest, as much as I love H1, no, there are other skills we need.
Yeah, that's fine.
Stray, can I look at your sheet now so we don't end up,
Yep.
like, both going down the same skill paths?
Yeah, I just didn't want to have the Sith pureblood medical doctor thing ruined.
Okay.
Oh my god, I'm hungry. Pounding headache.
You have a fuck ton of medicine, okay.
So, Saban, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
For the ship, does the ship work like a droid? Like the ship has 0 maneuverability. Would it cost 10 points to? Okay.
Oh wait,
How much?
Hey,
How much would
Saban.
it take to buy a point AD
At
of
the very
maneuverability?
bottom, there's
Oh,
stuff for upgrading the ship.
Sith. Oh,
I know it's kind of late saving,
at
but
the bottom.
fucking
Mhm.
Hal had his whole thing where he pretty much swore vengeance on the doctor guy after like trying and failing to get her healed. Shia healed. No,
Doctor guy?
not the doctor guy. Fucking, I can't remember names of the shit in real life.
Oh,
The captain.
Yeah, it was the captain.
Let's see.
What was his name?
Lieutenant Garrick Varan.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
There was
Saban,
the whole
will you do me a-
there was the whole scene with Garrick. I tried to RP that pretty hard.
Yeah, sure, I'll give you another one, and you can put him down in your connections as an enemy. Because he definitely has a hate on for you, too. You killed some of his duders.
Hey, Saban, will you do me a solid?
Yeah, what up?
I don't know how to add categories to character like this the spreadsheet, and I want to put those 2 specials I got from my race in there, so I
Oh.
don't forget about.
That's a good point. Sure, let me add some here.
Man, I could get a whole +1 on lightsabering if I
And
wanted.
hey, DCL.
Yo,
How much for what's it called? Your little like Star Wars things.
oh,
Mini.
like minis. I'll just draw you up another one.
Are you
I
sure?
feel like it'd be cheap of me to charge for an hour's worth of work every time somebody dies.
I mean,
no.
as long as you're sure, just let me know. I got my last paycheck. I'm coming in next week, so.
Alright. I mean, if you want to throw fucking money at me, I won't deny, but I'm just saying, like, it's not that bad, so I don't always feel right charging every time a character dies and you only got, like, a few weeks worth of use out of it. Kind of like how with Murs and me drawing my character when I was being let into the game. I don't know, it just feels a little scummy to be trying to nickel and dime every time. And now we know why DCL
I
is
mean,
poor.
I'd still fucking throw money at you if you let me, but you're very reluctant.
Isn't he,
Now
though?
we know why DCL is poor. But yeah,
I
I'll get
So
around
am
to drawing it
At least
when I-
last a week though, so that your arm doesn't break.
Yeah, I have like 3 more days before I can fucking go back to drawing anyways. My arm feels better, but not to the point where I trust myself to draw again.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
what I do.
still don't do it anyway because no one wants carpal tunnel surgery. That shit blows.
Oh, also,
Also-
you guys all get your your minimum of 1 force point recharged if you spent it.
Oh,
So everyone should have at least 1.
Saving all my skill points for when we eventually find a fucking Force Master. Holy shit.
Well, you know,
One
there's
that I don't have-
there's a Sith Lord here on this moon. You could try
He's
and
down
an
introduce yourself
apprentice.
to. Yeah,
One that I don't
incidentally.
have to- One that I don't have to get into Mortal Kombat with.
I'm gonna slam dunk the art that Ivy's using right now because it's really good. I'm gonna put that in token archives.
Yeah, let me see it.
Yes,
I didn't look
yeah.
very well because mousing
It's
over
really good.
mousing over to things is painful still. Doesn't actually feel that bad, but I can still feel a little weakness in my arm.
Anyway, so I guess that'll do it for us tonight. Thank you guys for playing and putting up
Oh,
with
we
the
still
mass
got-
shadow
we-
generator shenanigans.
Yeah, thank you as usual for running.
So
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was a lot of
an
fun.
awesome time, dude.
I'm glad you guys are having fun. And thank you guys for watching stream. We will see you next time.
Later, stream.